morning, everybody. Listen, guys, I'm at the point. Wait, before we go there, get there. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Hello. I'm at the point now where I don't think I can fight the flawn, so I'm embracing the flawn. We are becoming one with the flawn. All right? Mm-hmm. Denims, are you going to pay for the brain surgery? Or sorry, the surgery for the brain damage you just gave me watching that? Sorry. Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, sure, why not? Oh, I forgot to change the... I'll change it in a second. Haha, 1 second. Gulpa. Haha, there's nothing you guys could have seen. Haha. Well, everybody, good morning. I hope you guys are having a great Flawn Friday. Like I said, I feel like I can't fight the flawn, so I'm just embracing the flawn at this point. If you can't fight the flawn, you got to be one with the flawn. Well, anyways, I hope you guys are having Friday so far. I've got a bunch of stuff to talk about. First and foremost, we have to watch that god-awful Melania. The Melania press conference. She did the Always Sunny bit where she's like, we gotta write a song about how we don't diddle kids. Don't diddle kids. We don't diddle kids. Why didn't she do that? Why did she do that? Why? Literally, why did she do that? I'm like, I'm crying laughing and the stream has just started. And I am also not suspicious too. Oh my god. Oh, so yeah, I wanted to watch that with you guys. That was amazing. I could not believe that. I could not believe that. I think somebody's putting together a team and she received an email for comment. Melania just Streisand affected the Epstein files. Did not see that coming. Dude, and that's the other thing. Like, I literally have not seen anyone talk about the Epstein files. Honestly, Pam Bondi should not have lost her job because everyone was so busy saying the Dow, that no one was talking about the Epstein files. Why is her accent stronger now than it was 20 years ago? Great question. Great question. Great question. So yeah. Wanted to do that. Wanted to talk about that. Catter, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I mean, I think that they're just genuinely asking a question. I didn't ever watch the Melania movie, but I heard it was horrible and terrible in every single way, shape, and form. So I'm not gonna watch it, but I'm just gonna trust that it was terrible. And then, uh, what was I gonna say? Oh, right. I don't know. Maybe if we have time, maybe we'll get to Poopy Klein. I don't really feel like it. I'm sure many of you guys saw he's suing Noah Samson. Maybe we'll talk about it. Maybe we won't. I don't know. It's just so resident sleeper. It's like, oh look, the freak with no friends is suing people again. Shocker. My goodness. That's defecation. I have lots of friends that I pay to be on my podcast. So I just don't. It's so hard to care. And then, oh my goodness, did you guys see Trump? He did the double dick suck, the YMCA, on top of like this AI slob of all of his haters, aka the people who are criticizing him. Yeah, litigious fucko does the expected, exactly. So, the crash out, So we got a lot of good stuff to get to. I personally, lots to get to. It'll be fun. So, lock the fuck in, everybody. Lock in. I said lock in. Lock in now. Or else. Let's pull this up. Good. I'm locked the fuck in. Thank you for streaming today. I have to go back to the tax office and everyone's grumpy there. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I am. I'm sorry to hear that. Denims, your camera's too big. I don't like you. Oh, sorry. You know, honestly, that is valid. That's honestly, legitimately, low curcuminely, that is valid, actually. That's actually legitimately valid. Valid? All right. Let me pull. Let me pull this up.
First Lady Melania Trump is speaking right now at the White House. Let's listen in.
Good afternoon. The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation.
Defame my reputation is crazy when you're married to Donald Trump. That's crazy. Oh, God, dude. What the dunks? Thank you for the 6 months. Destia, thank you so much for the 7 months. Balance, thank you for the seven months. A lot of 7-monthers around.
I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach. To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell. My email reply to Maxwell cannot be categorized as anything.
I had no relationship. Also, ignore all of the emails. Oh my. Oh my God. Wait, isn't this the lady that had a relationship with Epstein? No, no, you're thinking of. Oh, wait, you're right. House of Rice, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Let's go! 5 gifties, yeah!
More than casual correspondence. My polite reply to her email doesn't amount to anything more than a trivial note. I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump.
What?
I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. This initial encounter with my husband is documented in a detail in my book, Melania.
Oh, it's in her book, guys. Guys, everybody go buy her book. Can you guys go buy her book and then confirm? Can you guys go buy her book and confirm for me, please? My book. Yeah, there is no C in the way that she says book. You're totally right.
The first time I crossed paths with Epstein was in the year 2000.
Have someone out of this? What do we?
At an event, Donald and I.
Who the fuck is speaking? Who the hell is speaking in the background? Hello, ABC. What ABC
was
host?
in the year
do we
2000.
Have someone out of this? What do we?
At an event, Donald and I attended together. At the time, I had never met Epstein and had no knowledge of his criminal undertakings. Numerous fake images and statements about
cross path, it means wild sex in Slovenian. Oh, of course. Duh.
Epstein and me have been calculating on social media for years now. Be cautious about what you believe. These images and stories are completely false. I'm not a witness or a named witness in connection with any of Epstein's crimes.
She said weakness. Witness. Not a main witness. For sure.
My name has never appeared in court documents, depositions, victim statements.
What's with the lying, huh? Thank you for linking this. Hey, this is Eastern European slander, bro. Nothing like someone with a Russian accent telling me to be careful believing what I see. Classic. Hey, not all Eastern Europeans are Russian, bro. You can't say that. All right? They're gonna get really mad, okay? And then they're gonna, like, I don't know, fight a bear or something, or whatever Eastern Europeans do, and then drink some vodka. I simply cannot. Sorry, this is from blank to Jeffrey Epstein. I simply cannot believe this victory. No one called it. We all thought she'd win. You must be happy, though. I remember flying back with Donald on his plane. The first weekend I went to visit you in Florida was the weekend he met Melania, and he kept on coming out of the bedroom saying, wow, what a hot piece of ass.
The are gone, people.
Nuts. Anyway, hope you're enjoying Saudi. No. No, he could be talking about any Melania. Oh my god! Oh my god! It could have been any Melania, guys. It could have been any Melania. All right. Ham and Fizz, thank you for the 20 big ones. What the hell? Let's go.
Or FBI interviews surrounding the Epstein matter. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island. I have never been legally accused or convinced of a crime in connection with Epstein's sex trafficking.
Convinced of a crime? Convicted? I've never been convinced of a crime. Crimes don't seem very convincing to me.
Abuse of minors.
I have to say, the Drake defense, no, it has not worked. I have yet to see one person win with the Drake defense. And yet we still see people pulling the, oh, if I'm so guilty, why has no one convinced me of a crime? That's what I thought. It hasn't worked yet. Why are we still trying it?
Repulsive behavior. The false smears about me from mean-spirited and politically motivated individuals.
Politically motivated individuals. Meanwhile, your president, your husband is the president of the United States, Trump. I'm questioning why she has to read a statement on why she was never involved with Epstein.
I didn't realize it was even a conversation. I always assumed we would be heavily involved.
Yeah, man. We gotta definitely write a song about how we do not diddle kids. Do not diddle kids. It's no good diddling kids.
There is no quicker way for people to think that you are diddling kids than by writing a song about it.
You gotta write a song that says, ooh, I wouldn't do it with anybody younger than my daughter. No little kids, gotta be big, older than my wife, older than my daughter, something like that.
Don't write a song about that.
No. Cloudy, you got a headache.
You said, no way, dude. We've gone full circle. We're now using the Epstein. We used the Iran war to distract from the Epstein files, and now we're using the Epstein files to distract from the Iran war.
And entities looking to cause damage to my good name, to gain financially and climb politically, must stop. My attorneys and I have fought these unfounded and baseless lies with success and will continue to maintain my sound reputation without hesitation. To date, several individuals and companies have been legally obligated to publicly apologize and retract their lies about me. such as Daily Beast, James Carville, and HarperCollins, UK. Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone. Several prominent male executives resigned from their powerful positions after this matter became widely politicized. Of course, this doesn't amount to guilt, but we still must work openly and transparently to uncover the truth. I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth.
Did she plagiarize this speech from Michelle too? You know, I'm going to say boldly, I don't think Michelle wrote any speeches about how she met the president. Definitely, for sure, not through Epstein. Just my personal 2 cents. I don't think that she would ever write a speech about how she definitely didn't know Epstein personally.
Thank you.
We've been listening to First Lady Melania Trump speaking from the White House, saying point blank that the Epstein lies about her need to stop, and laying out a list of things she says she has never been associated with when it relates to Jeffrey Epstein or Ghislaine Maxwell. Let's bring in our White House correspondent, Karen Travers, who's been listening. Karen, a lot of questions about what exactly prompted this from the First Lady and what she's referring to here.
Yeah, and of course, we're asking those questions, Elizabeth. This was not something that the First Lady's office had teed up or previewed in any way before she was giving those remarks, just saying that she was coming out today at the White House to make an announcement. And she went through with some detail there, but not explaining what, if anything, she was specifically responding to, saying she is not one of Epstein's victims, that she was not introduced to her husband through Jeffrey Epstein, that she met him at a party, and that's well documented. She said she didn't have any knowledge of his victims. She wasn't involved in any of his crimes or situations and never visited the island. She referred to what she called baseless lies, didn't expand upon that, but also said she calls on Congress to have women who are survivors, victims of Jeffrey Epstein, come forward and have an opportunity to testify. She says they should have a chance to tell their stories in public and have that entered into.
I have to say, of all the things that could have happened in the middle of this war, this is probably the funniest one. This is the shit that makes me certain, by the way, that we are definitely living in the most ridiculous timeline. This has got it. This is a simulation, right? Like, this has to be a simulation. Nah, praise to be to Allah clears. That was pretty funny. Open the fucking straight, you crazy bastards. Praise be to Allah on Easter is pretty insane. You know, at least if there is ever a silver lining that can be found, this is my biggest crime, chat. Oh, sorry. It's kind of cringe for me to say that because it's giving very like my biggest flaw. I work too hard. My biggest crime is silver linings, chat. And in this case, if we're going to have a crazy, insane, wannabe dictator, I guess at least he's funny. At least it's absurd. Like, if all of us have to suffer through it all when we didn't vote for this fuckhead, at least we get to enjoy the show at least a little. Because it could be worse. He could just be like, can you imagine if instead of Trump, it was Stephen Miller? That would be so much worse. That would be so much worse. Oh my God. At least it's like reality TV, right? I'm still not enjoying. Yeah, I think this is the closest we're going to get to enjoying. Whatever is the thing right before enjoying. More than half the country voted for Trump. That's incorrect. Factually incorrect. A third of this country doesn't vote, brother. So, wrong. Wrong. Incorrect.
The congressional record. She didn't take questions, Elizabeth, before she walked out of the room there, but these remarks certainly prompting a lot more questions for the First Lady, for the White House. Why today? Why is she speaking about this now? And what specifically she might be responding to that she felt compelled to come out and give these remarks. She is not somebody, Elizabeth, who does 2, 3, 4 events a week. So when she does speak and hold events here, they usually have significant.
You're still wrong, brother. More than half that voted. You're still wrong, bro. Wikipedia is free. He didn't get 50%, bro. Less than half of the eligible voters that voted. Still, that's he didn't even get 50, bro. Like, brother, come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Let's make statements that are factual, okay? Let's make statements that are factual here, all right? You can say he won the presidential election. You can say that. That is a factually true statement. But that's close to 50. You're splitting hairs. Yeah, that's not more than half that voted, brother. Hello? If that few people want that person as president, it means we fucked up and didn't give the American populace options that they were excited to vote for. It's not splitting hairs. It's just electoral politics, brother. I'm sorry. Ideally, in an ideal world, a candidate that emboldens people to go vote for them is running. Ideally, it would be in an ideal world, a candidate would get like 70% of the vote. And that 70% would be comprised of like a 90% of the country voting. Oh, but anyways. All right, typical American education is tough. It is tough. It's tough.
Because we don't often hear from her, and so this was something. There are a lot of follow-up questions.
I do wonder. I wish there was like a poly market bet for this, a call sheet bet, if you will. Oh, only. I'm joking. In case anyone thought that was serious, that was a complete joke. I wonder what the over/under is on Trump made her do that because he was like, "You got to go up there and write a song about how I definitely don't diddle kids. You got to do that." I wonder how much of it was that, and I wonder how much of it was just like her just wild carding and saying like, you know what, dude? Got my own movie. Let's shake things up a little. Let's shake things up a little. Well, he said he didn't know. Yeah, but he says a lot of things that are lies, so that does seem like a truth. That does seem like a Donald Trump truther. She didn't blame Hasan once in her speech, though. Wait a minute. Hold up. You're onto something here. Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. You gotta love that the president is really focusing on the micro issues. An illegal alien criminal from Haiti who was released into our country by the worst president in history, crooked Joe Biden, and the radical Democrats in Congress just beat an innocent woman to death with a hammer at a gas station in Florida. Thankfully, Americans have never brutally beat women to death. Aren't we so grateful? Aren't we so grateful for that? Aren't we so? I'm glad that the president is posting Gore videos on the Truth Social timeline because the person doing it is an immigrant? Maybe. We're just going to forget that Biden sicked ice on Haitian immigrants on his first day. Yeah, but it was different because he did it in a woke way. He did it wokely. You know what I mean? Skip video. Hasan even skipped it. It's Theo. Well, yeah, I'm not going to watch this shit. I have to say, man, This idea, it's like, well, we're going to fix all of the crime in the world. We're going to fix all of it by getting rid of the immigrants. It's like, how many Americans are like murdering random people in the street every day? Oh. Oh. You gotta love when you talk to conservatives. Also, by the way, they're always like, well, what, you think we should allow more crime? It's like, no, bro. The question here is one of certain things that we can prevent and certain things where we can't prevent them, and whether or not there is a cost benefit that's worthwhile. So, like, one such example is vaccines. Yes, there are vaccine injuries. Anyone who tells you that there have never been vaccine injuries or vaccine allergies is lying. There is a small chance that vaccines can cause problems, most of which are curable or most of which are treatable. But occasionally, you can be one of the 1 in like a million or like 1 in like 10 million that has a negative reaction to a vaccine. Just like with any medication and any treatment of any kind. But the reality is we make a cost-benefit analysis on it and say, yeah, this is probably worth it. There's like a 99.9999999% chance I will be fine, and it will prevent lifelong illnesses, and it will prevent death, and it will prevent X, Y, and Z. This is worthwhile for me. And on a larger scale, that's always worthwhile, right? That like we should take that opportunity if we can, especially if you don't have any reason to believe you will experience some allergies or some problems because it doesn't run in your family, no one you know, etc. Because if you do, then you shouldn't. But that's the point of like everyone else being inoculated. But you can also just like assign that everywhere to everything, like cars. Like everybody knows or getting on a plane. There's a chance you get in your car and some crazy person is driving drunk, or you just like live in Texas and that's your life. And someone else is going to fucking, T-bone you. And you're just going to be you're just going to get an injury that you didn't consent to, that you didn't want, that you did not expect that day. But you make a cost-benefit analysis. It's like the chance of this is low and I am a good driver and I don't drive drunk. I just, drive just a little drink to get the anxiety off for legal purposes. That's a joke. Don't drive and drink. And if it happens, if you're unlucky enough to get into a car accident, especially one that's not your fault, that's just a cost that I think people accept from living because the negatives aren't worth it. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I cannot believe anyone is, like, genuinely, for a moment, I can almost begin to understand, as someone who is vaxxed, I can almost understand people who didn't want to get vaxxed. Because I feel like in the first month, I was like, they rolled this shit out fast. And then I saw all of the millionaires and billionaires getting it. And then I knew a lot of people that got it, and everyone was fine. And I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, yep, cool. I think at this point, I would have seen massive problems. And from what I saw, it was like, there's a chance of blood clotting, but the blood clotting that can occur is mild and it's very curable, treatable, because it's less severe than normal. And also, I don't know anyone that's experienced these side effects and the chance is really low. Yeah, okay. But I don't get the people that don't get their kids measles vaccine. Huh? What? Bro, this is a vaccine that's been around for forever. And I'm sorry, if you would rather chance measles, you're like actually an insane person. You're an insane person. My wokest, my most anti-woke or wokest take is that if you don't get your kid vaccinated for the MMR vaccines and your kid dies, you should be charged with manslaughter. If your kid dies in 2026 of measles because you refuse to get them the measles vaccine, that's manslaughter. I have no words. I can't believe that. Like, I literally, I can't, that's crazy to me. That's insane. Again, unless, of course, there is a reason not to get vaccinated. Maybe someone who's already immunocompromised, but I don't know, like what the details are on like people who don't get vaccinated. But there are people who can't get vaccinated, or there are people who are unlikely to get vaccinated because it's case by case basis. But the majority of people, unless if it's off of vibes, it's like, I just don't think it's good. I don't, God forbid you say, I don't want to give them autism. If you have said that publicly on the internet and then you didn't get your kid the measles vaccine and they die of measles because you didn't want to give them autism, I don't know what to say other than straight to jail. Like, that's insane to me. That's it. You would rather your kid die. Okay. All right. Oh. Vibes-based public health is crazy. That's what I'm saying. I forgot what the greater point on this was, but yeah, the cost-benefit analysis on immigrants is that they commit way less crimes than U.S. citizens. We don't seem to give a shit about U.S. citizens committing crimes, evidently, considering school shootings still happen and mass shootings still happen like every fucking day. And immigrants provide and have always provided unbelievable benefits to this country. I mean, the country was built by immigrants, but for sure, man. For sure, bro. Better off dead than red as public health policy, bro. Famously, you can catch neurodevelopmental disorders. Yeah, bro, if you just hang out with an autistic person enough, they give you some of their autism. That's how that works. I can confirm after watching enough Clavicular, I personally feel like I have become more autistic. That's true. That's just factually correct. If everybody's autistic, then no one is. Okay, wait, I have to get the temperature check from
Wow.
the normie meter.
I don't even know how to appropriately express my shock for what just unfolded here. Best I can do is one of these. Like a Mr. Beast thumbnail. Melania Trump, from out of nowhere, just delivered a speech going over Epstein. The whole thing was more surprising than when people learned Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father. And even more surprising for me, because I only recently learned that Melania can speak. I hadn't heard a peep from her in many.
I mean, I think Melania's doing it right. I'm sorry, if you accidentally turn into the first lady, turn into, like you're transforming. If you accidentally become the first lady, you should say nothing, dude. Are you kidding me? That would be like you just say nothing.
Years, I just assumed she had taken like a vow of silence or something, and that Trump just speaks for her. I only learned that she talks after the trailers for the Melania documentary, which, by the way, is directed by Brett Ratner, who was also present in the Epstein files with some not good photos out there of him. Interesting choice to direct her movie. A big part of this press conference was about how it's a bunch of lies that she was like a close associate of Epstein or like a victim of Epstein, and that it was only ever casual correspondence with Maxwell/Epstein, and that the email that recently came out, you know, it's misleading. It's not actually indicative of like a personal connection there. So she tries to defend that and shoot all of that down, and then she also says some things that are directly contradictory to Donald Trump and the entire administration's stance on the Epstein files.
Now is the time for Congress to act. Epstein was not alone.
Those words alone just had Kash Patel shoot up out of his bed in cold sweats, awaken abruptly from his slumber, tinkling his britches, and he's going to need to calm down by butt-chugging some brewskis, because Perjury Patel has maintained that Epstein, there's no credible evidence that Epstein trafficked minors to anyone. The only person is Epstein and Maxwell. That's it. There's no other clients or anything. But here, the First Lady is saying Congress needs to act and that Epstein wasn't alone. This flies in the face of the official stance of the administration and Donald Trump himself, where they talk about how justice has been served, so get over it. Even Todd Blanche is not even shy about it. Not a crime to party with Epstein, probably won't be doing any further investigations. Their official stance is that everything that would ever happen with the Epstein files has happened, and that the American people shouldn't care about it, and anyone that does care about it is a bad person. Also, the Epstein files aren't real, they're a Democrat hoax. Meanwhile, from out of nowhere, Melania Trump delivers this speech where she's talking about her relationship to Epstein and how, like, there's a bunch of lies about it and it's all not true, but also how important the Epstein files are and that action needs to be taken, which is very, very much flying in the face of her husband's perspective on it and the administration that has desperately tried to make people forget about it. This came out of nowhere. Melania Trump delivered this at a time where no one was talking about the Epstein files. The media had forgotten about it. The administration got hit by the Men in Black neuralizer, so they didn't even know who Epstein was. They forgot that name entirely. And then Melania Trump comes and does this.
I call on Congress to provide the women who have been victimized by Epstein with a public hearing specifically centered around the survivors. Give these victims their opportunity to testify under oath in front of Congress with the power of sworn testimony. Each and every...
You have to admit, there is something insanely funny about the fact that the president that is the most anti-immigrant has the most immigrant wife you've ever seen in your fucking... Like, he has the most classical image of, like, a mail-order bride wife you've ever seen in your life. Like, there's something, how? Like, I don't understand what it means. I don't understand how you can be a Trumper, like a maggot. I don't get it. I just don't understand. It's like, dude, are you guys seeing this shit? You guys seeing this shit? You don't care. All right. My bad. Sorry. Failed drag queen JD Vance. So sad. See it.
Every woman should have her day to tell her story in public if she wishes, and then her testimony should be permanently entered into the congressional record. Then, and only then, we will have the truth. Thank you.
This had to be a huge jump scare to most people in the administration because I don't think they signed off on that. And I read a couple reports that she went rogue and did this without, like, official
Most anti-immigrant men have Asian wives, ironically enough. I thought that was libertarian, guys.
approval through the channels of the Epstein administration and their attempts to cover it up at every possible angle imaginable. So if those reports are true, if that's accurate, and she did this just willy-nilly, you know, on a whim, I bet the administration is fucking fuming over it. And now she calls for Congress to act, but Melania, get ready for the cold water. That call's coming from inside the house. You need look only in your bedside. Donald Trump is one of the main perpetrators of covering this shit up. His whole administration does everything in their power to bury it. So she is now mentioning the Epstein survivors directly, which is... That's like Voldemort's name to this administration. They do not address the survivors, the victims of Epstein. So that was extremely surprising to hear her directly talk about it and how important it is to hear their testimony. I agree. We should be able to hear more from them and get more information about their experiences here and at least hear from them, which has been something this administration has been desperately trying to avoid, plugging their ears to it. I think she's right when it comes to that. Now, this wasn't the only thing she was addressing during...
I want to know so badly, like, how this happened. How funny would it be if it came out that this was, like, a spiteful wife move, like Trump did something to her and she said... Like, he said to her that she looks like she's gaining weight and this is her way to get back at him. I would believe she would be that petty, but man... I don't know. I don't know. It's just so crazy.
this. The main thing is she was trying to set the record straight on her connection to Epstein and how they weren't close at all, and all of these lies that have been spread about her being an Epstein victim or a close associate and pal are just a bunch of hooey, it's all hogwash. Which, again, comes out of nowhere because I hadn't heard those claims come up in months. This has been something the mainstream media has been radio silent on, crickets. So this just came out of nowhere and once again puts it right in people's noodle, brings it, right up front and center, which is great. I mean, actually, it's really wonderful that she decided to start talking about Epstein again in this way, because now, once again, it will remind people of the blatant corruption and the evil, the heinous acts that are being covered up here from this administration. It really is so wild because this was not being discussed all that openly. I do know now, as a result of this, that some email has been shared about her emailing with Epstein and Maxwell or something to that effect, which is something she also talks about in this, so I'm guessing that was probably the catalyst that made her want to do this. But it was something that people weren't really talking about until she brought it up. It's like if I go into a crowded theater and I say, all right, everyone, listen up. I just want to make it clear I did not shit my pants. And I don't want anyone here to think that I did. All right, now that that's out of the way, carry on. It's one of those things where it's like, hey, we weren't even really, thinking about that, but now that you've mentioned it, it makes us think that you might have doo-dooed. Did you poop your pants? What's bringing this up here?
The lies linking me with the disgraceful Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. The individuals lying about me are devoid of ethical standards, humility, and respect. I do not object to their ignorance, but rather I reject their mean-spirited attempts to defame my reputation. I never been friends with Epstein. Donald and I were invited to the same parties as Epstein from time to time, since overlapping in social circles is common in New York City and Palm Beach.
Just ignore the numerous photos of Melania with Trump and with Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell.
She covered that, bro. She said they happen to be at the same parties, bro. They happen to. They just, by pure chance, they happen to. Don't ask how she got invited to those parties. Haha. Oh, God, dude. New York City. Stop. Like I said, I really want to believe in the world where Trump could not have perceived this happening. But I also believe in the world where Trump saw all this happening and thought, you know what, maybe if we have Melania finally say something, we're good. Maybe then everyone will stop. Did you hear convinced of any crime or calculating around the internet? Yes, yes, yes. Oh, dude, fuck. Man, all right. But I would like to shift gears into this. So what do you mean we're at this point? Just as a quick little question. Just a quick little question for all of you in chat. What do you mean we're at the point now where we're posting conservative tears? And it's Trump doing the YMCA dance. And it's supposed to be a bunch of conservatives crying or raging. So it's like Candace Owens, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massey, Alex Jones. I think this is supposed to be Joe Kent. Oh my God, this face. Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, and Nick Fuentes. This is it? This is where we're at now? This is where we're at now? Oh my God, bro. wrong with my cat? One sec. Can you guys please? You guys pet him? Can you guys pet him and give him attention and love? Please? I'm tired of hearing him meow. Please behave. Behave. Okay? All right. Good. Good, good, good. Some of the biggest independent media, MAGA media supporters have turned on him. We may now be aligned, but these are not our allies. Oh, fuck no. Chat, what have I literally always said? You do not, in fact, have to hand it to them. You can just grab a bucket of popcorn and enjoy the show. Anytime the girls are fighting, just enjoy the show, bro. Just enjoy. But I think by far one of the funniest things, I really hope you guys, I hope I get to be the person that shows you guys this. Oh my God. Did you guys see Laura Loomer getting messy? I'm going to get my other chair. I don't know why. Sometimes he insists on having the chair that I sat on most recently. Even when I've put like a heating pad or like a heating mat on the other chair, he still wants mine. I don't get it. It's warm and it smells like, but again, I'll give him a warm seat and he's like, I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I want this one. But anyways, please tell me you guys haven't seen this messy ass bitch.
But the president has had enough of Tucker's shit. And yeah, I'm just going to admit it. I sent the president Tucker Carlson's clip so he can see the shit that he says about him. I do. And I want that motherfucker, Tucker Carlson, to know that I'm the one who knifed him from the front. I want him to know. I'm not talking about physical violence, physical knifing. But yeah, I'm the one that sent the president all your shit, Tucker, because he deserves to see the fact that you are lying about him and you are smearing him and you are saying the most vile things about our country and our president. And you are creating so much chaos. You're going to cause the Democrats to take the House and the Senate. And you are endangering our national security by whitewashing this barbaric death cult ideology known as Islam. So I just hope that he knows that.
Saying that about Tucker Carlson is so insane. Tucker Carlson is one of the most anti-Arab, anti-Muslim people you can find. He just knows where the base is. He's literally just a white nationalist. Anyone who isn't a white Christian nationalist is the enemy to him. And that includes Muslim and Arab people. He just recognizes that right now is a great time to sympathize publicly with Iranians because this is an unjust, aggressive war against them.
Yes, Tucker, there are people out there who actually have the courage to take your drivel and take your bullshit to the president and to stand up against you. I don't know who Tucker Carlson thinks he is. He thinks he's so popular. Even President Trump today called him out and said he's like a third-rate podcaster. I don't know why Tucker Carlson thinks he's so fucking...
Why does she put so much oomph? Why does she talk like that? I don't know why Tucker Carlson... Why does she put so much sauce on it, dude? Oh my God. So much spit in her mouth, yeah. Oh my.
Against you. I don't know who Tucker Carlson thinks he is. He thinks he's so popular. Even President Trump today called him out and said he's like a third-rate podcaster. I don't know why Tucker Carlson thinks he's...
Tucker Carlson. Podcaster. Holy shit. It's because she can't close her lips, Denims. Leave her alone. Sorry, you're so right. I have to say the one bit of misinfo that I love. I love this misinfo. This is my biggest crime. Okay. if they're gonna crucify me for something, if you're gonna crucify me for something, please do it for the fact that I love a little misinfo and I love having a little fun with it. Every one of these edits makes me so happy. Every single one.
I don't think that it was good at all to try to negotiate with these people, because now they think that they have legitimacy, that they are, you know, equal partners at the table, and that they are equals to our negotiators here in the United States. And I think that that is a grave mistake. I think that it is a grave mistake to make these terror leaders, these terrorist leaders, these IRGC leaders who are now in charge of Iran, to let them think that they are legitimate actors. I think that it's really dangerous for the long term of our own, not just our national security, but the survival of our country and the survival of Western civilization. I think it was a terrible decision today. I think it was a terrible decision to have a ceasefire. And I do believe that whether it's a Republican or a Democrat, I don't think
it's so incredible. It's so incredible. It's just a filter I can't tell. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
So fucking special. He's not. He's not special. He is endangering the lives of Christians, of Catholics, of Jews, and all non-Muslims in the way that he continues to whitewash this death cult ideology, and the way that he continues to incite violence against evangelicals and Jewish Americans, and even the president himself.
Notice how she didn't care about that stuff at all until Tucker Carlson started to say, hey, maybe we shouldn't go to war with Iran for no fucking reason. Maybe we shouldn't do that. It's kind of like the Ben Shapiro-ism, where it's like, I can have the most racist coworkers here at the Daily Wire, but the second you say anything bad about Israel, it's fucking over. It's over. Hold up. Was it this one? No, Washington Post. There really is something amazing. Every time I go to the Washington Post and I see this shit, it makes me laugh out loud, bro. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Going to the Washington Post and then having like a paywall behind an article, but then on the very top you see democracy dies in darkness. It's like, so fucking true, bro. So fucking true, bro. No, this. It's so funny to say that Tucker Carlson, of all people, is trying to whitewash Arab people, brown people, Middle Eastern people, Muslims, or the religion Islam.
Iraq is a crappy place filled with a bunch of, semi-literate primitive monkeys.
The guy who said Iraq is filled with semi-literate monkeys. Yep, that's the one.
Typical whining from a black politician about how you don't like me because I'm black, using racism as a defense, right? I catch you doing something bad. Well, you're a racist. The Congressional Black Caucus exists to blame the white man for everything. And I'm happy to say that in public because it's true. Everybody knows it's true. White men have, they've contributed some, I would say, like creating civilization and stuff. I think they've done a pretty good.
This is my favorite line from white nationalists, that white men have created civilization. There has never been civilization without white men. White men are the only group of people in the history of forever that have made civilization. How do you square that away with China? I've never understood this. I've literally ignore the fact that obviously civilization has existed outside of white men. Just ignore that, how stupid of a fucking idea that is. How do you square that away when China exists? Genuinely. No, but really, how do you look at the behemoth that is China and say, Well, that's different. That's just like, that's different. It's just, you know, it's just different.
I don't know, whatever. I still can't get over, you know, Obama saying they're not gonna, you know, they're gonna attack me because I'm black. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, that is so low to say something like that.
Well, see, Tucker, here's the...
When everybody knows that Barack Obama would still be in the state Senate in Illinois if he were white.
Hey, Tucker, Obama would kick your ass playing basketball.
Yeah, of course he would. Play basketball? Come on.
He's black, say it. He's a real brother. Hey, do you think...
I don't know how black he is, but I'm sure he's a good basketball player. He says he is, anyway.
I've been watching Obama's wife. Is it Michelle?
Michelle, yeah. Oh.
It seems like they might have her on. They might be whitening her a little bit. What do you think?
I tell you what, yesterday she got ghetto and started snapping her neck. I'm like, that's a real sister right there.
No, she needs to do less of that, man. People in Indiana and Pennsylvania.
She's going to be a problem for him. She's got an edge to her that's bad.
Yeah, I agree.
People expressing their opinions in America, that's bad.
Yeah, she starts getting that.
I'm not attacking her personally. I'm just saying, as a public figure,
I'm not attacking her personally, other than the personal attacks against her. Okay.
Get the feeling she's got a major chip on her shoulder.
Guy who was the Swanson Foods heir talking about how other people have a chip on their shoulder. This guy is still here. It's mad about Asmongold getting banned. Hey, genuine question. What happened to you between now and when you were super critical of people on the left? I still am. You just don't tune into those streams. You need to feed into the worldview that it never happens that the left criticizes the left. I still am. Every day, brother. Every day. You just don't like to see those clips because they don't feed into your worldview.
There's some really good, immigrants. I just think it's, people who come to this country ought to have something to offer. Be hot, be really smart. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
You just need
desirable.
Exactly. Hot or smart, and that's
hot
about
or
it.
Smart, that's right. But people to come over and pick lettuce, I'm not saying that's an undignified, that's great, and I admire people who work hard. But on the other hand, are those people who are going to build, a stronger country 20 years from now?
By the way, squaring this away with the fact that we need to bring back manufacturing. We need to bring back manufacturing in this country, but also hard labor and working hard isn't important enough. Okay. All right.
How could you salvage Iraq at this point?
I don't, it's beyond our control. If somehow the Iraqis decided to behave like human beings or something.
But I just have zero sympathy for them or their culture, a culture where people just don't use toilet paper or forks.
And the way they treat women, I agree with you. Their culture is, but you're in their homeland, and you're over there as an American.
Don't use toilet paper or forks. Just like a quick question here. Just a quick question here. Was it white people that invented the fork? Oh, it was in fact not white people who invented the fork. Oh, interesting. And the modern fork, you can scroll through, it talks about it, was actually made by Persia. Oh, okay. All right. Interesting. You are? What? Super critical of the left? The biggest meme in the left is that everyone on the left is critical of the left, idiot.
Who they hate, and they want nothing more than the Americans off of their soil, so they're not going to play games.
They can just shut the fuck up and obey, is my view.
Well, it's never going to be a civilized country because the people aren't civilized.
He'd need to say, look, I'm a bigot, okay? I'm a bigot. I don't like Islamic extremists. Like, if you are really heavily into Islam, I'm sorry, I don't care for you that much. And I don't care what that sounds like. You can call me a racist. You can come where the fuck you want.
And at this juncture, you could say...
Literally the only reason that Laura Loomer is mad, by the way, is because Tucker Carlson understands that those positions aren't good for building an audience on the internet or like with the American population. And that it's way more winnable to say like, hey, I care about all people as a Christian. As a Christian, I care about all creatures of God being taken care of, okay? America first, you know? Whatever happened to America first? But you know he's a racist sack of shit, bro. Shut the fuck up and obey, rapist talk. Yeah, unironically, anyone who subscribes to might equals right ideology is mentally a rapist. That is you have a rapist ideology. Just de facto. It's the same logic. It's literally the exact same logic. All right, going back to this for a second. I can't believe she really went on air and said, I told mom and dad about you, Tucker Carlson. I told them about it. I completely told them, by the way, you deserve to be told on. Dude, oh my God. And then he went on, like, I don't know how many of you guys saw this. Tucker Carlson went on this unhinged tirade. I know, Tucker Carlson, Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, and Alex Jones have all been fighting me for years, especially by the fact that they think it is wonderful for Iran, the nuclear one-state sponsor of terror, to have a nuclear weapon because they all have one thing in common. Low IQs. They're stupid people. They know it. Their families know it. Everyone else knows it too. Look at their past. Look at their record. They don't have what it takes, and they never did. They've all been thrown off television, lost their shows, and aren't invited on TV because nobody cares about them. They're nut jobs. They're troublemakers, and they will say anything necessary for some free and cheap publicity. That's so funny to say when all of them have motion. Literally every single one of the people he's talking about have massive motion, and they have had massive motion for so long. Oh my God. If anything, a lot of these people have benefited from being kicked off of mainstream media in the same way that, like, Mehdi Hassan was benefited from being kicked off of mainstream media. Crystal Ball was benefited from being kicked off of mainstream media. All right, continuing. Apologies, I said Tucker Carlson. This is the Donald Trump unhinged rant. Continuing. And they will say anything for some free and cheap publicity. Now they think they can get some clicks because they have third-rate podcasts, but nobody's talking about them. Or their views are the opposite of MAGA. Or I wouldn't have won the presidential election in a landslide. MAGA agrees with me and just gave CNN a 100% approval rating of Trump. Why is Trump all caps there? Trump is literally BB's bitch boy. I know. And where are we? Not hand-flailing fools like Tucker Carlson who couldn't even finish college. He was a broken man when he got fired from Fox, and he's never been the same. Perhaps he should see a good psychiatrist. He really said, men would rather make a podcast shitting on me than go to therapy. He kind of got his ass a little bit. He's kind of eaten. Continuing. Or Megyn Kelly, who nastily asked me the now famous only Rosie O'Donnell question, or crazy Candace Owens. Boo, that one's not good. That's crazy Candace Owens. Candace Owens is way better, sorry. Who accuses the highly respected First Lady of France of being a man when she is not, and hopefully win, and will hopefully win lots of money in the ongoing lawsuit. Actually, to me, the First Lady of France is a far more beautiful woman than Candace. In fact, it's not even close. Defending the French is a little too far, I will just say. May I suggest defending the French might be a bit too far. Just a slight. That's too much, sir. Okay, stop it. Continuing. Or bankrupt Alex Jones, who says some of the dumbest things and lost his entire fortune, as he should have, for his horrendous attack on the families of the Sandy Hook shooting victims, ridiculously claiming it was a hoax. Talk about someone else. I thought you were ad-libbing. No. I'm not. talking about Alex Jones ridiculously claiming things are hoaxes when you said the election was stolen is insane. It's insane. And if Trump was friends with Alex after he made those claims, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I know Trump isn't calling out somebody else's bankruptcy. No. It was, see, the thing is, when Alex Jones went bankrupt, it was terrible. But when Trump has gone bankrupt every time, it was a genius financial decision, okay? All right, continuing. Let's keep going. Where are we? Oh yeah, these so-called pundits are losers. But I thought you said you like to surround yourself with losers. And they always will be. Now fake news, CNN, the failing New York Times, and all the other radical left news organizations are hailing them and giving them positive press for the first time in their lives. They're not MAGA. They're losers just trying to latch onto MAGA as president. I could get them on my side anytime I want to, but when they call, I don't return their calls because I'm too busy on world and country affairs. And after a few times, they go nasty, just like Marjorie Trader Brown. But I no longer care about that stuff. I only care about doing what is right for our country. Bro, I love the idea of like, you can't quit. I fire you. I'm firing you. Amazing. Amazing. Continuing. MAGA is about winning and strength in not allowing Iran to have nuclear weapons. MAGA is about making America great again. And these people have no idea how to do that. But I do, because the United States is now the hottest country anywhere in the world. President Donald J. Trump. Why is hottest in quotes? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? If someone knows, please tell me. If somebody knows, if some is it are we talking about global warming? I don't know. Or what are we talking about here? I just want to know. To be fair to Trump, did you consider this, chat? Breaking egg prices crashed 97% from March 2025, all-time high, now at 10-year low. We did it, Patrick. We lowered the cost of eggs. We just had to burn half the world, and we did it. Oh. Important question. What time was he tweeting? Let's see. 4:28 p.m. So potentially if this was what PST, and maybe he was in EST, it could have been at like 7 PST. So for either he was tweeting at 4:20 or he was tweeting at 7:20. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. Right after 4:20, it's why he's so chill. Bro, writing an essay is not being chill. Writing an essay about how you actually don't care at all about the fact that all of these right-wing podcasters are criticizing you is the opposite of chill. It is literally the opposite of chill. Did you guys see this shit? Senator Chuck Schumer says Iran still has its nuclear stockpile. Its nuclear ambitions are still unchecked, if not accelerated. The nations at the world are furious at Trump, the Asians, the Europeans, and even the Middle Eastern allies. I'll let the video play, but before I let the video play, this fucking Onion article from 2019. Chuck Schumer, the American people deserve a president who can more credibly justify war with Iran, is crazy. What the... I'm tired of the Onion writing the script for the next season. I'm tired of this shit.
The bottom line is that Iran still has its nuclear stockpile, its nuclear ambitions. Iran still has its nuclear stockpile. Its nuclear ambitions are still unchecked, if not accelerated. And finally, American credibility. The nations of the world are furious at Trump. The Europeans, the Asians, even the Middle Eastern allies. They say, what the hell is he doing? And the United
What do you mean even the Middle Eastern allies? Wouldn't that be like especially the Middle Eastern allies, considering they're the ones getting bombed? Also, the Asians is so funny. It's so funny. He's like one drug. I don't know which drug. One drug away from saying the blacks. He's that close.
The United States' diplomatic position and credibility in the world is dramatically worse because of this war. So just in summary, this war has made us worse off today than before it started. The war made us worse in terms of control of the Strait of Hormuz. The war made us worse in terms of the strength of the Iranian regime. The war made us worse in terms of high gas prices. The war made us worse because Iran's nuclear ambitions have been unchecked. And the war made us worse because American credibility is down the drain.
Well, on the bright side, at least it's just an acceleration more than it is anything new, considering that we've been on this path for a little bit. I guess. But if we keep the war going, I bet we can make it better. Dude, Trumpers will look you straight in the face and say, well, this is just temporarily. Well, it's just a little bit of pain, a little bit of hurt before the good, okay? All right? Oh my God. It's a minor setback to the flesh wound. They'll say it had to happen eventually, like, no. Yeah. You mean to tell me we didn't have to go to war with Iran for literally no reason? You gotta love Trumpers as well. When you say no reason, they're always like, it's not for no reason. It's actually for a lot of reasons, okay? Like all the ones that Trump made up. It's like, oh, okay, for sure. I have to beat the shit out of you for a peace in the Middle East. Don't worry. Trust me. It's like a reason I just made up on the spot that is not at all related to why I'm doing this. For sure, for sure. Even libs will do that. They're like, we're not going to war with them for no reason. We're going to war with them because Trump is lying to us about how we need to denuclearize them by bombing the shit out of them and proving to them that they should have nukes as a way of deterring any type of conflict. Did you consider that? Oh, okay. Right. No, I did not consider that. But now that you put it that way, you sound even more stupid than you did earlier. Iran provoked it. It was 47 years of terror from Iran. Yeah, famously, every day I woke up for the past 47 years that I definitely have been alive for. And I've thought, oh man, another day of Iranian terror that's scaring the shit out of me. Oh, when will we do something? Famously, it's something that every American has thought about every single day. And we're just like, when? When will this happen? When will we fix this problem that is Iranian aggression against us? Did you guys see this thing, this bad boy right here? Oh, also, I totally forgot. There was a... Maybe if we have time to get to it, Mamdani reaches the first 100 days of mayor. So before we get there, I think I saw Al Jazeera did a piece I wanted to get to, but for a couple pieces here and there on JD Vance. Okay. Yes.
Thanks for coming. Look, we're looking forward to the negotiation. I think it's going to be positive. We'll, of course, see. As the President of the United States said, if the Iranians are willing to negotiate in good faith, we're certainly willing to extend the open hand. If they're going to try to play us, then they're going to find that the negotiating team is not that receptive. So we're going to try to...
That the Iranians are going to play us. The Iranians. We're the ones that have struck them three times in the middle of negotiations. But they're the ones that are going to try and play us. Okay.
have a positive negotiation. The president has gave us some pretty clear guidelines, and we're going to see. So I hope you guys have a safe flight. We'll certainly take some questions later on. But for now, let's get on the plane and hit the road. Thank you all.
Face to face.
Do him and Erica Kirk share makeup, holy eyeshadow? Yes. Yes. They only have one palette that they can use, okay? All right? Trump doesn't allow them to spend any money on anything else. He needs it for his golfing, bro, all right? And this one as well.
Less than 24 hours after both sides agreed to pause fighting for 2 weeks, Iran pulled back on a key concession today, with its state media reporting the Strait of Hormuz is closed once again.
You're not gonna mention that the ceasefire included no attacks and aggression on Lebanon, and then Israel literally did that. Okay, we're not gonna talk about that. Of course not. Of course not. What is this? Which news network is this? AFDM. Which one is this owned by? Is it owned by, CBS? Okay, continuing.
I will reiterate the president's expectation and demand that the Strait of Hormuz is reopened immediately, quickly, and safely.
Tehran shut down the waterway after Israel launched a wave of attacks targeting Hezbollah militants in Lebanon.
Oh, okay, wow. Wait a minute. Wait.
Lebanon's health ministry says the strikes killed 182 people and injured 890.
Lebanon is not part of the ceasefire. That has been relayed to all parties involved in the ceasefire.
Iran disagreed. The country's foreign minister posted, if America didn't rein in Israel, the ceasefire was off.
This is the nature of a ceasefire. No ceasefire ever goes without a little bit of choppiness.
Back in Washington, House Democrats will try to pass a war powers resolution again Thursday to limit President Trump's ability to further strike Iran. Senate Democrats hope to do the same next week.
Congress must reassert its authority, especially at this dangerous moment. No president, Democrat or Republican, should take this country to war alone.
Negotiators for both sides.
That's just the Chuck Schumer effect. Whenever he speaks, it's brutal on me.
Will meet in Pakistan this weekend, with Vice President Vance leading the U.S. delegation. Jesse Mitchell, CBS News.
You guys think that that's good, chat? You guys think that's good? That we agree to, that's probably our future president? Oh my cope, dude. JD Vance is not electable, bro. He does not have any motion. He has negative motion, bro. Be fucking for real. Maybe if Couches... No, wait. If Couches could vote, he definitely would not win. Now, you guys think it's good when the U.S. agrees to a ceasefire deal and then we violate the deal because we can't rein in Israel to do anything because we basically promised them unconditional aid for the past however many decades? And then... when we violate our side, because Israel is on our side, we just say, well, we didn't say that. We said that, but we didn't say that.
President Donald Trump has issued a series of warnings to Iran. Writing on Truth Social, he said there are reports that Iran is charging fees to tankers going through this strait. They better not be, and if they are, they better stop now. In a second post, Trump said Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. He wrote, you'll see oil start flowing with or without the help of Iran. Let's bring in HasanAbi, who joins us from Tehran. Now, Donald Trump has said...
And how exactly are you going to do that with or without the help of Iran?
Iran should not, cannot charge tankers to pass through the waterway. But what's the Iranian justification for doing this?
Well, actually, Iran says, and it's according to what heard from the supreme leader of the country in his recent statement, it's going to be a new regime in the Strait of Hormuz, and part of that justification is obviously the compensation that they are asking for pertaining to the war that they suffered from, and it put a lot of pressure on the already deteriorated economic situation. And it goes without saying that for the negotiations down the road in Islamabad, it is going to be one of the sticking points between Tehran and Washington for several reasons. First, due to the context of the energy market and the very fact that it could put a huge amount of impact if Iran decides to put a sort of tariff or transit fee, as they are talking about, on the ships trying to go through this strategically significant choke point. Also, we know that in terms of the regional security context, it's going to be a matter of controversy because Iran has already lost part of its regional influence. So getting back with this new leverage point in the Strait of Hormuz is going to be a point of strength for Iranians, and obviously Americans are not going to be that much fine with that. And last but not least, we know that it could be taken into consideration as a bargaining chip within the context of negotiations, but it goes again without saying that this is not the only sticking point. We know that when it comes to the ceasefire in Lebanon, when it comes to sanction relief, when it comes to security assurances, and obviously when it comes to verification measures and the other controversial issues between Tehran and Washington, we are not expecting an easy negotiation between Washington and Tehran in Islamabad. And added to that is the very brittle and fragile nature of the situation when it comes to the ceasefire agreement.
Every time I hear about Iran putting a toll on the Strait of Hormuz just as a way to make up for the damage caused by the United States and U.S. allies, I'm just like, why the fuck shouldn't they just have it the entire time? Like really? And I feel like that's the majority of Americans' opinions that are keeping up at all with any of the conflicts in the Middle East ever. It's like, wait, how much more reasonable genuinely, how much more reasonable can the Iranian people be? What the fuck? Iran is fighting for all of us. A Lego man told me through the medium of song. Yeah, we can blockade Cuba, but Iran can't charge for the strait. Make it make sense. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. Another rap hit the timeline yesterday. Oh, we watched it. I assume most people have seen it at this point. I assume.
Streaming.
Wait, let me see if I can find it. Not this, but you guys are for you guys. If I have to look at this, you have to look at it too. Where is it? I know I saved it. I know I did. Oh my god, dude. I have something else so terrible to show all of you. Hey, really? There we go. Did he say low key or low Kirk? In my world, he said low Kirk, okay? Contraman, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. What the hell? Thank you. Master of the Beast, thank you for the 14 months. Thank you so much. Kid Kicking Robot, thank you for the Prime. Raves, thank you so much for the 3 months. Testino, thank you for the gift up to Flond. Radio, thank you. What the hell is a golden Kappa train chat? Bro, they're inventing trains I've never heard of. It's gold. It is what it is. Oh, okay. It's been around for years. Rare train, question mark? You get a golden one? Oh, okay. It's always been there. It's just rare as fuck. Actually, rare train, question mark? Actually? Oh my god. I'm just closing these tabs. I'm waiting for the golden Gulpa train.
Denims is streaming.
You're American, you don't know any trains? You know what? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. Alright? Look at the fucking Euro cuck in chat. Oh, look. You guys don't have any trains or any healthcare. Fuck you.
Denims is streaming.
Right? You don't have to shove it in our face all the time, brother. Ruin Maniac, thank you for the 49 months. Cute Karma, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Snooze, thank you for the 5. Trash Bunny, thank you for the 10 gifties. I just want to say Thank you guys for all of the support. House of Rice, thank you for the 10 gifties. What the? If you enjoy the stream and you like watching the broadcast totally, completely ad-free, all right, one of the very few streams on Twitch that is totally, completely ad-free. You are never getting blasted with pre-rolls. You're never getting blasted with top-of-the-hour stream ads. You are getting no ads ever, never. Although occasionally I have heard that some people might get an ad that just says ad goes here. So you enjoy that, or you have really, really big boobs, or a really big dick, you should prime. You should prime or tier 1 or tier 2 and show your support for the broadcast. This is also I forgot to mention, totally sponsor free. I haven't taken a sponsor or spoken to a sponsor in years. I don't remember the last time I spoke to one. But yeah, I completely rely on your support. It is the Denims broadcasting service brought to you from viewers like you, by viewers like you, for viewers. In job, your username sends me every time, bro. Stop. Thank you for the 5 gift. Yeah, feel free to throw a tier 1, a tier 2, a tier 3, or throw some gifty subs at a chatter that has no pants, that's running around naked like a complete fucking degenerate. All right, they're running around completely naked. It's disgusting me. They should be stopped. Someone needs to do something about this degeneracy on the left. It needs to end.
I'm gonna fuck him.
Okay. Durang, thank you for the gift sub. Mr. Glitchmaster, thank you for the 3 gift subs. Woof, thank you for the gift sub. Dopbass, thank you for the 5. Good job, thank you for the 5. Stone Corbell, thank you for the gift sub. Silly Rex, thank you for the 5. Balance, thank you for the 2 months. Tostito, thank you for the 3 months. Seneca, thank you for the gifts. Besh, thank you for the 5. Dang you, thank you for the 5. Thank you, Match, for the tier 1. Davos, thank you for the tier 3. What the? Isaiah, thank you so much for the 2 gifty. Rank, thank you for the gift sub again. Golden Kappa Train 10. I really don't know what this shit does, but we're gonna find out, brother. Also, chat, I have to find a new... I can't decide if I want to go backwards and play RE2, or I want to do RE5. I haven't decided. I also don't have either of them downloaded, so... I don't know. Right, I think I said I was going to do a poll today, so we would decide what we would do. Theo, thank you for the 5 with the... Thank you. 2 is terrifying. Yeah, 2 is so terrifying. But what if I can't play 2 unless, like... RE2 is also short. 2 is my favorite. Crash Bunny, thank you for the gift sub. Jake, thank you for the 2 months. Thank you. Did you finish RE9 yesterday? Yes. The VOD should be up. We did finish it yesterday. We never watched the alternate ending, but maybe we can do that tomorrow. Or today, or I don't know. Whenever we do the next gaming stream. Seneca, thank you so much for the gift sub. Thanks. Jake, thank you for the prime. If you made it through 9, you should be fine with 2, TBH.
Denims is streaming.
Denims, can you get this man off my screen? I'm scared people will see. Sorry, right. Sorry. Sorry. Golden Kappa will give you huge cock and boobies, just saying. Wait. Theo, if you're saying this is true. Theo has never told a lie, ever. I trust Theo with my life. I just got here. What is this? Sorry, Divinity. Ashton, thank you for the 5. Josh, thank you for the gifts. Behind, thank you for the 10. Thank you. Real, like, compared to 9, 2 and 3 is Elpis. Really?
Denims is streaming.
It will take a few weeks to grow, but it's true. Wow. I can't believe Twitch would provide gender affirming care. That's kind of cool, Twitch. You know what? You know what? Maybe I've been too harsh on you, Twitch. Maybe I've been too harsh. I'm asking my wife for the funds. Which went whoa? Question mark. JD wants to fight the Chirac Pope, dude. JD wants to fucking kill him, but just by being in a room with him, bro.
Hot. Oh, I'm gonna fuck him.
Can't lie, Denims. You're always reading the ones I don't expect you to read. Sorry, gotta keep it original. You know what I mean? God, Scarlett, thank you for the 5. Tostita, thank you so much for the tier 1. All right, we'll do a poll. We'll do a poll on whether we should do 2 or 4. I'm leaning towards 2 because I feel like we should try and play in chronological order. But we'll do a poll. This is for democracy, chat. This is for democracy.
Denims is streaming.
2 was the first one that I played. Oh. Poll. Okay. Okay, we're making the poll, boys. We're making it. Biz, thank you so much for the gifted tier 1 sub. Durang, thank you for the gift sub. Trash Money, thank you for the gift sub. Thanks, guys. Thank you guys for pantsing everyone. But like opposite pantsing them. Thank you. I appreciate it. 2 is great because you get to see Leon's growth. Huh? You what? What? Gulpa. Ginger, thank you for the gift sub, Mel. Thank you for the 15 months, Kaka. Lynette, thank you for the 29 months. Oh, they meant to say his girth, not growth. Okay, that's fair. No, that makes sense. Okay, good. Poll ended. Okay, people said 2. Anyways, sorry, can I get a quick poll in chat, secondary poll? One's in chat if you saw this.
Denims, like, at all. Because her camera is so fucking big, and it bothers me.
One's if you saw this, 2's if you didn't. I'm curious if there are people that haven't seen it. It's still good enough that I'm going to be honest, I did listen to this off stream a couple times. But oh boy, there are actually people that haven't seen it. Oh no, lock in, guys, lock in. Lock in.
Hey, Orange Pig, America first? Oops. Oh boy, that was the slogan you sold. But Bibi's pulling strings and your vote is getting cold. We're not just fighting for Iran, hear this clear. Your people reached out to us. Yeah, we got the DMs here. If one nation's gonna stand against the Epstein regime's fear, it's us till the last breath. We've been doing it for years. We're standing here for everyone. Your system ever wrong, they've known all along. The enemy was always you. The real threat wore a suit and sung a patriotic song while selling their own citizens and calling it strong. Stealing from your own people, making them bleed, taking tax dollars just to fund your own greed. They waking up to the lies, the illusions of burst. You screamed America first, now you put losers first. Make Israel great again. Your government is run by pedophiles. They ordered you to die for Israel. They ordered you to die for Israel. They lied to you all. We saw everything. If the public ever saw the
chorus
files,
is
man, the
crazy,
planet would
man.
shake from the level of filth and the crimes in your wake. No wonder Jeff called you the worst, you degenerate snake. You claimed you never set foot. You went 40 plus times. You sick bastard, you cooked. We stepping up to the plate. Epstein regime gotta fall. You fake Christian elite sacrificing the ball. Demon, you talk real big for a man with tiny hands. Tiny hands, tiny things, tiny everything. We saw everything, and word got out. The smallness kinda expands. No wonder all those rage tweets, all those desperate rants. Overcompensating bully, always causing the scene. You said you love losers. Well, look at your team. Your government is run by. Your government is run by pedophiles. They ordered you to die for Israel.
Oh,
they ordered you to die for Israel. They lied to you all.
how do you as an American respond to this? I just want to say genuinely, I spent all day yesterday thinking about it, being like, how does an American how do you out propaganda this? It's kind of
Hassan's hot. Oh, I'm gonna fuck him.
You guys have seen the PS5 memes? PS5 memes? This one? Like these ones? PS5, and it's like supposed to be a guy that looks like a loser who's wearing like a Steam bandana with like the name again? The Valve guy. I forget his name. I want to say Greg, and I know that that's not right. Gabe, thank you. And he's saying, like, notice what he didn't buy. And he's pointing at a woman holding a PS5. Because the meme is that PS5 has no games on it. But there's still no comeback. I've seen this meme 40 times, okay? And as someone who is a PC elitist and has been one for a very long time, they still have no response. It's been almost 6 years and they still haven't thought of a good comeback to this. That's exactly how I feel about this fucking propaganda video. I'm like, what the fuck do you do as an American? If you're an American trying actively to create good propaganda for America and Americans, what the fuck do you do? No, dude, we just need like one more Animal Crossing image to help propagandize Americans. We've seen GPU prices lately. 4090s are like $4,000. I saw RAM prices, and man, what a great time to not have computer parts failing me. Not to jinx it. Not to gulpa. Sorry, the best we can do is COD edits. That I got convinced to play. I think it's COD 4. And dude, what an incredible piece of media. That's so amazing. What an incredible. I can't get over when you die, they just put up random stupid quotes from random people that I fucking hate. It's like, it'll be some dog shit quote from Ronald Reagan. It's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, you can tell the enemies are evil because they're speaking Russian and checks notes. Arabic. It's so amazing. It's so incredible. No notes. Incredible stuff. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. What's the comeback to you fight for pedophiles? No, you? Oh yeah, the other one is like the other thing in COD that when you die, they like post the price of like random equipment. It's like, I forget what it was, like a javelin cost 40,000 or 80,000 or something. I'm like, okay. Why is this in a loading screen? Why? I don't understand. Cool, thanks, I guess. Man, I just don't like how unwoke it is, or rather, sorry, how woke it is. Did you notice that none of the characters have huge tits in that game? Yeah. I just can't believe everyone is falling for that woke propaganda. I've been playing so far for like an hour, and I'm like, hello? Where are the big boobs, bro? Where are the double D's? And it's all DEI, and they make you play as a British person? Bro, come on. Where's my escapism? Where's my escapism to pretend like British people aren't real? This game blows. We need some Byron-sized melons. Yes, yes. Exactly. Thank you, guys. Yeah, dude. I already have to go around life with everything being fucking woke. There's small tit invasion everywhere. You fucking kidding me? I want at least my video games to give me some escapism, man. All right. Say you're joking. People might think you're serious. Good. We're waiting out the week. All right. Wanted to watch this with you guys. Zoran did a piece with Al Jazeera about his first 100 days.
Always.
Walk in.
Well, welcome to New York's City Hall. It's where the mayor is based. And 100 days ago, it was a very different picture here as thousands of people gathered round this building to welcome Zoran Mamdani to his new job. It was his first day as mayor. He is 34 years old.
Mayor is based, yes.
The city's first Muslim mayor. And we're here to catch up with him on what those 100 days have been like in his first sit-down interview with Al Jazeera. Thank you for having us here today.
Very welcome.
100 days. It's a marker that you've set, but so many politicians I meet see it as something more of a curse than a blessing because it gives the opposition a good chance to say what you haven't done. Are you worried about this 100-day mark?
I think it's an opportunity. I think you have to embrace these kinds of markers because it allows us an opportunity to provide a glimpse into what these 4 years will be like. And, you know, as we're coming to that 100-day mark, we've really sought to show that we embrace this understanding of no problem too big, no task too small. So in the same period of time that we've secured a $1.2 billion agreement with the governor to deliver a path to universal childcare, 2,000 seats of free childcare for 2-year-olds this year, 12,000 next year, a seat for every 2-year-old by the end of 4 years, is also the same period of time where we fill 100,000 potholes. These are all part of the same thing.
And that money, the 1.2 billion, came very quickly in the first week.
Day 8.
So that was ka-ching first off. But I mean, is it easy on the campaign trail to promise, but the reality is that much harder to deliver?
Well, I think it is difficult, but nothing that is worth celebrating should be easy. These are the things that New Yorkers need, because we're talking about a city of immense wealth, the wealthiest city in the wealthiest country in the history of the world, where 1 in 4 New Yorkers are also living in poverty. And after housing, it's childcare costs that are pushing New York.
Denim says the Mamdani Caliphate of New York fully implemented woke Sharia yet? Have the rich fled yet? Not yet, but soon.
New Yorkers out of the city. So when we ask ourselves, how can we make it easier to raise a child in the city? The answer always comes back to childcare, because it costs a family about $20,000 a year per child. And so when you make that free, you transform what's possible in the city.
So there's nearly half.
Can I say also really quickly, you would think that like the pro-lifers in this country, the conservative pro-lifers that say like Americans are so sad and pathetic, they're all so childless nowadays. It's your job to have children. What the hell is wrong with you? It's like, guys, when shaming in politics has literally never worked and it will never work. How about you guys try implementing any policy that makes people want to have children? What? But that would be socialism. That would be communism. Well, it sounds like you guys don't want people to have kids. What the hell? Huh?
A million under 5-year-olds in New York City, but just 2,000 places coming with this first tranche that you've announced. Is it enough? I mean, will people actually be impressed by that?
I think this is part. The reason that this is worth celebrating is that it is the first step. That we have 2,000 seats this year, 12,000 seats next year, and then a seat for every single 2-year-old by the end of 4 years. Senator Elizabeth Warren often talks about childcare as infrastructure. I think it's an important way to think about it, because when you are delivering these seats, you're also building out new relationships between the city and vendors and contractors, whether they're providing the services at a home-based setting or a center-based setting or school-based setting. We cannot just snap our fingers and have the infrastructure ready. We want to build something that's durable and that lasts.
Now, you talked about potholes.
Yes.
I mean, potholes is something that just annoys so many people.
Yes.
You know, whether you're a cyclist, whether you're a car driver, whether you're just a pedestrian putting your foot into something wet.
I'm still waiting
sudden.
to find a pro-pothole person.
You've not found
I can't
one
find
yet.
him, if you're watching.
And again, I mean, you've made it look easy. 100,000 potholes.
I'm pro-pot. I'm pro-holes.
Filled in less than 100 days. How is it possible to do that? Because there's a government back home where I come from in Britain that I'm sure would like to know, and right the way around the world too.
Well, we have a secret sauce here in New York City, which is our municipal workforce. There are more than 300,000 New Yorkers who work for this city, and they are the beating heart of everything that has been impressive about these last 100 or so days. We've seen when it comes to the 100,000 potholes, these are the hardworking men and women of our Department of Transportation. I actually was just on Staten Island with them to fill that 100,000th pothole in ourselves. And what we've learned is that this is the most
100,000 holes filled? Why haven't I seen that fucking poster with Mamdani's face on it?
Holes that have been filled in this city in this period of time for over a decade. And it's not the end of their work. After they finish filling potholes, they're going to get to the structural cause of a pothole and repave more than 1,000 miles of roadway across the city, which is the distance between New York City and Miami.
What Mamdani is telling us is that he will make sure that there are no holes that are going unfilled. No hole shall be refused. Wow. This is what I voted for, dude.
Small things.
This is what I fucking voted for.
Yes, and I think if you want someone to believe in the promise of a transformative vision of universal childcare, of fast and free buses, you have to first deliver on the thing that diminishes their faith on a daily basis. It may not seem like much, but if you are driving your car or you are riding your bike and you hit the same pothole every single day, why would you trust city government in its ability to deliver something that you have never seen at that scale when it can't even do this? So for us, it really gets back to this tenet of what was initially called sewer socialism, what we now think of in some ways as sidewalk socialism.
Yes, sewer socialism!
That to deliver on the most expansive part of your vision, start with the things that are causing people to lose their faith.
So you can fill potholes, and you've proved it, but you can't fill the budget black hole.
Can you fill the hole in our hearts?
And that is, I mean, that is seriously big, right?
Yeah.
That's more than $5 billion
yes.
that you are missing to run this city at the moment. Does that keep you up at night?
It is definitely a source of anxiety for any of us who are here in city government, because this is the largest fiscal deficit that our city has seen since the Great Recession. And frankly, it dwarfs even that. We have brought that deficit down to $5.4 billion. And it is now the subject of conversations we're having with our partners at the state level in Albany. We're encouraged by those conversations, and we've put forward a vision, which is that we need to get...
I did recently hear, Chad was also talking about this, I did recently hear about Eric Adams being Albanian.
Out of a structural crisis such as this with a structural solution. And that means taxing the wealthiest New Yorkers, the most profitable corporations.
I did see this. Former New York Mayor Eric Adams granted Albanian citizenship. Oh boy. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. You know, personally, yeah, I think like the whole Mamdani stuff is great and everything. It's okay, but I preferred it when we had a New York mayor that cared more about Turkey and Albania than New York. You know what I mean? That I felt like was more important. Are we sure he meant Albania and not Albany? No. No. We mean Albania. New York City is the Albania of Albania. So fucking annoying.
A little bit more, and ending the drain that has long characterized the city and the state's fiscal relationship.
So those wealthy people, they see it as a war on wealth, that you want to take another 2% for those who earn over $1 million. Big companies would see
more than 2%. Make it 10%. Make it 100%.
Lessen their profits. You're happy with that?
Well, I would say that this is also what it means to provide world-class services in a world-class city. We are so thankful for everyone who calls the city home. We want to make it a place where you can afford it no matter how much money you make. And part of that is ensuring that we resolve a fiscal crisis without putting it on the backs of working and middle-class New Yorkers. And as you said, we're talking about increasing personal income taxes by 2% on New Yorkers who make $1 million or more a year. We're talking about the most profitable corporations. This isn't, somebody who is making $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 a year, or a small business that's just about breaking even. This is about those who are making enough money that they can afford to pay a little bit more so that the city can be on a firm financial footing.
And you've just announced today that 62% of the people living here don't really meet the true cost of living in their incomes.
That's about 5 million New Yorkers. This is the most expensive city in the United States of America. And we have to take every single tool that we have to make it more affordable. Because what we've seen is that in that same report it revealed working class New Yorkers are 4 times as likely to leave this city than wealthy New Yorkers. For all of the conversation about a potential exodus as a result of changing fiscal policy, there's a real exodus of working class New Yorkers that has been taking place for years. And it's also one that has disproportionately impacted certain sets of New Yorkers. From 2000 to 2020, 200,000 black New Yorkers left this city.
And also your frontline workers, your healthcare professionals, your paramedics, your police, your firefighters. All of these people are leaving the city because they can't afford to live here.
And you can feel it when you go around the city. I'm currently getting allergy shots so that my wife and I can get cats. And every week I go for,
MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Cat supremacy. Good. We shall make sure one at a time every American will be cat indoctrinated. The cat empire grows. With each day we become more powerful. Yes. Good.
2 shots, one here. And the other week I was in the elevator going up for the shot, and a nurse across
You
from
can
me.
get allergy shots? Yes. And from the people I've spoken to who've gotten them, they say that some people I know say that they're very effective, and some people I know have said that they haven't been very effective. So it's like a person-to-person basis. But yeah.
She let out a deep sigh, and I asked her, how's your day? She said, it's good, but it's not over yet. I said, what do you mean? She said, well, when the shift is done, I have to get back home. I said, how long is your commute? She said, 2 hours. And I asked her where she lived, and it was out of New York State. That's how far people are traveling to find a place that they can afford to rent. They're living in Connecticut, in Jersey City. They're living in Pennsylvania because they can't afford a place here anymore.
And that's not sustainable, is it? Because, I had a friend I was speaking to about this very thing, needed elder care for his mother. They had to come from 2 hours away because of that very reason. They can't afford to live in this city. It's going the wrong way. How do you turn it around?
Well, I think at the core of it, you have to make the focus of your work delivering for working class New Yorkers and making this a city that working class New Yorkers don't just build, but can also live in. Because if we do not do this, we will reduce the city into a museum of a place where working class people could once live. We want it to be a living, breathing testament to the possibility for working class New Yorkers.
So should the big banks, the big corporations that headquarter here, should they be paying more?
I do think so. I think that the most profitable corporations, the wealthiest New Yorkers, can afford to pay a little bit more. And they can afford to do so not for the sake of it, but because this...
You literally want the richest people in this country to be homeless. You want them to pay 2%? You want them to pay 2%? What the fuck has this country come to? Can you believe this? How unreasonable. How unbelievably unreasonable. At least their holes will be filled. That's not enough for the richest people on this planet. It's just not enough.
Money will then be put back
They
into
will be destitute. It's so funny, too, because when you look at like the wealth plan or the wealth tax that Elizabeth Warren proposed in Congress, that obviously was never going to pass because every single congressperson is just fucking owned by the billionaire pedophiles. The billionaires that signed off on that wealth tax literally explicitly said, oh, 1 to 2% is very fair because we grow our wealth by like 6 to 7% every year. So it's not like it would stop our growth. And if it makes the poors a little bit more complacent, we're okay with that. Stop 6, 7.
Same city that we all live in. And that is at the heart of this. When we as socialists believe in the importance of public service and public goods, we know that at its core is a recognition of the importance of public excellence. We want to make clear that every dollar in our city budget.
Contraman, how dare you gift 6 subs? You know, you're going to make somebody else gift 7, and then I'm going to fucking be tortured. Contraman.
Is a dollar being
Denims is streaming.
For the 6, 7 subs. Sick, dirty fuck. Gremlin activities in. Damn you people. Damn you all to hell.
spent at its best possible use. We want to convince people to stay here not through a rhetorical debate, but rather through the services they see. And potholes are one example of that. The other example here is childcare, it's housing, it's public transit.
But you were saying that you haven't got
Wait,
the
I'm
money
late to stream, but a new Noem knocker story has hit the timeline. Wait a minute.
yet.
Looking into this?
From
Computer
the state,
enhance?
and that you need permission from them, in effect, to raise these taxes. Can you persuade them that that's going to happen? I mean, if not, you're stuck. You are really stuck at the moment.
I'm encouraged by the conversations we've been having with the state. The state has a budget that is technically due on April 1st, but those conversations tend to continue, and that's what's happening right now. And what I'm heartened by, frankly, is that for a long time, the relationship between the mayor of New York City and the governor of New York State has been one that...
This Daily Beast piece. Wait, sorry. I'm sorry, Mamdani. I apologize for interrupting you, but for one moment. Ice Barbie faces new humiliation amid husband's bimbification scandal. Christy Ice Noem could Ice Barbie Noem could already be forced out of the role she was given after being unceremoniously fired by Donald Trump from leading the Department of Homeland Security, according to a report. Where were we? Noem is said to be barely showing up at the office for her seemingly made-up position as special envoy to the to the Shield of Americas. At least 4 officials who followed her from DHS into the role have been placed on administrative leave by the White House, the Daily Mail reported. Questions are now being raised about how long Noem can last in the diminished position. Another ouster in such a short span would add to the embarrassment for the 54-year-old following the emergence of photos of her husband. Why did I think it was Byron? Brian wearing comically large fake breasts while interacting with the bimbification fetish models online. Well, no, he was engaging with models online for his bimbification fetish. The post was intended as a soft landing, so it didn't look like Noem was immediately being fired, a State Department source told Daily Mail. But no one really thinks she should have this job. The State Department was not happy to have her here. The understanding is that she's not going to be here much longer. Noem is said to be increasingly isolated in her new role, with members of her already small team reportedly not showing up to the office. According to the Daily Mail, Kristi Noem held just one meeting this week, which was conducted virtually because staff had either been reassigned within the State Department or were working remotely. Several members of her team who were moved over from DHS do not know what they're supposed to be doing in the newly created office, which Trump established last month to combat drug cartels. The thing itself is still being figured out. One Trump official told the outlet, "It doesn't make sense to have a bunch of folks not really having a substantive role." You know what's crazy? I thought we were trying to cut the waste, fraud, and abuse, and yet sorry, I saw an outdoor worm. And yet, somehow, we still have, if anything, more than ever, fraud, waste, and abuse at the federal and state level. Isn't that crazy? Noem is also said to have decorated her office with memorabilia from her time at the DHS, including the hats she wore while cosplaying. in a variety of uniformed roles. Dude, I'm glad that cosplay has become public vernacular. I am so happy that lexicon. I'm glad that it's entered the public lexicon. I'm glad that people know what cosplaying is now, because that is the only way to describe what she has or what she has done. Oh my fucking god. It's this caption for this photo. It is unclear if Kristi Noem is displaying this Coast Guard hat in her new office. Dude, stop. Stop. You can't put that caption in there, man. You can't. It's like the episode of SpongeBob where he has to work at the chum bucket and stares longingly at his former job. He's like, but I don't want to work here. Another source told the Daily Mail that the office is being shrunk to nothing and is not expected to last much longer. Noem's stuff has been moved in there, but she never shows up. I don't think it's a real thing. Noem's disastrous professional life is coinciding with constant scandals surrounding her personal one. Noem claimed the family had been blindsided by the photos of her husband engaging in the bimbification fetish scene. Let me just say really quickly, I am full blown on the no fa. You're so right, King. You're so right. I'm fully on board on the she knew that it was happening the whole time. I'm sorry. That seems like, okay, no pun intended, too big of a fetish to hide. There's just no way, dude. I'm sorry. I can't, dude. She seems like the dom type. That's the other thing too. That totally lines up with Kristi Noem. Like, I totally believe that the type of person that would be married to Kristi Noem would be a freak. She pegs him. She's gotta. She has to. I'm sorry. There's just no way. There's no way. I'm sorry, man. You can't hide that many props. Yeah. Yeah. What's wrong with that? Well, nothing. I never said anything about it being wrong. I'm just saying her saying that she was blindsided. I don't think so. I'm not buying what you're selling, bro. I'm not buying. Do you think she wears the hats during pegging time? Do you think that they had like cosplay sex? Or she was like, okay, I'm the ice agent and you're the large-breasted Latina that I'm about to deport, okay? Like, do you think they did that? And he was like, oh, senorita. Sorry. Oh my god, dude. Oh my, definitely wearing body armor with a strap. Honestly? Oh. Stop this at once, no fun on the left. Sorry. You're right. Leftism is when you're sad and depressed and on antidepressants or whatever, right? That's like the shit that conservatives, that's like the fanfic conservatives write. I love when I see the fanfics that conservatives write and they're like, look at this that shows liberals are more depressed. It's like, and let me guess, red states had lower rates of infection of or spread of COVID because they didn't test for it. You know, if you just like don't test for anything, you never have anything ever. Did you guys know that? Are you guys aware of that? Yeah. It's like, I'm sorry, dude. Go speak to the average conservative. They are so depressed, man. They just keep telling themselves they're not. And they're like, no, the men are just supposed to be depressed. Men are supposed to experience no joy in life ever. That's just what it's like to be a man. And it's like, I don't think so. I'm not a man and I've never been one, so I could be mistaken, but I don't think the male experience is supposed to be exclusively suffering. My source is men that I've met that are very happy and talk about how happy they are and go out in the world. They like to go hiking. They play games with friends. They have a beautiful girlfriend that makes them happy. So like, I don't know. I don't think it's a normal thing to be depressed as a man. I think that that's just like you projecting, to be quite honest with you. I don't know. It sounds like you're just depressed, man. You should like go see a therapist about that, man. You don't have to take medication. But you should go see a therapist at least. I don't know. Wait, I'm not supposed to be depressed all the time with crippling alcoholism? No, but like really. I don't. I really want to find. I don't think I can find it off the top of my dome. But there's this one really good. Maybe. I'll see if I can find it. I'll see if I find it. The exposure to the secret cross-dressing life of the man she has been married to for 36 years, following long-standing rumors that Noem is having an affair with Trump ally Corey Lewandowski. Lewandowski, who effectively served as Noem's de facto chief of staff at DHS despite officially working as an unpaid special government employee, appears to have followed her into the new role despite not holding an official title. What is this video?
But the thing I found really odd is that according to the interview we have with, I think she was called Linda Love.
You're not going to play with that, are you?
He was twiddling the ties as if they were nipples and as if he was getting feeling from them. Anyway, who knew? Who knew? But it sheds a different light on our Department of Homeland Security. And the truth is, none of this would matter. You do what you want to do. You do you in your private life, except that it opens her to blackmail. And she was the head of Homeland Security, whose job is to be responsible for every single American's safety.
That seems completely ridiculous to me.
I don't think it's ridiculous.
You can't blackmail a narcissist. It's impossible.
So if the OnlyFans...
Wait, that's not true. What are you talking about? Wait, what? Look at Trump, bro. Yes, you can.
Here, I mean, she's... look at... if this is the least of her problems. You know, a husband with balloons. I mean, she's got Corey Lewandowski. I mean, she's having this for a long time. I mean, this has been going on for years now, openly, without regard. She's having an affair with her, with her aide. And he's not only an aide, he's someone who has a very close relationship with the administration, with a very close relationship with Donald Trump, is hated by other people in the administration. I mean, how could she? Anyone with in a scintilla of political regard would realize.
Why is this woman laughing? She's making me uncomfortable. Bro, the laughing is sending me. It's like, ha, ha, stop.
This is gonna end in tears.
I understand it's the Daily Beast, but like.
So the idea that she would be worried that anyone could blackmail her. The woman is out there living I don't even have the language for the preposterousness of Kristi Noem. So that she would worry about someone discovering some indiscretion around her. Everything is an indiscretion.
Thanks to our production.
Oh, that's incredible. I don't know what I was expecting from a Daily Beast video, but as an audio listener, I thought that was you laughing. That's so disrespectful. I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even going to lie. Okay, I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to find the friend of the channel, Spencer. I'm trying to find, he has this really good video that I love to watch and I love to show people, where it's like your repressed dad telling you that you're going to have feelings for other men and you just got to ignore those feelings, you know? I don't have it on hand, unfortunately, because I don't have it fucking saved, because I'm a fool. I'm a buffoon. I love this guy. Yeah, this great stuff. Really great stuff. But I can't, I don't know where it is. I wish I could find it. The TLDR of the point was to say, I feel like there are a lot of conservatives that genuinely think you just ignore the problems or you just ignore what's happening and then just pretend like it's not happening. Which is like, it works until it doesn't work. Like, there is some level of fake it till you make it on a lot of things. And there are a lot of ways that you can just like force yourself to be better, which is stupid and weird and your brain is weird. But there are certain things you can't just like, it's not really a good long-term strategy to just pretend like you're not gay. And there are straight up gay up so many conservative dudes that pull this shtick where they're like, yeah, like Steven Crowder when he was like, yeah, so sometimes you feel really hard for other men, but that's just like a phase in your life, and then you just deal with it, and then you move on, and you realize you should be with women. It's like, what? I don't know, man. I've met a good amount of straight people that have never told me they had to force themselves to be straight. Huh? When he actually said that, he did say he had a bisexual phase. And he admitted that for some reason. I don't know why. I genuinely don't know why you would admit that. I'm not sure. I don't know. Bro had to convince himself. He was like, yeah, just like all other men, they just have to convince themselves to be, straight. And that's just who I am.
Hey, entire company.
Sorry, I'll show this in a second. But I'll let you guys know if I can find the Spencer, the Spencer comedy bit on that. So good. So good. But we'll see. There's a lot of clips here, but if I find it, I'll let you guys know. All right. Wait, there's audio of this? Holden? I don't see it. Maybe it's in like a reply or something? Someone said the Fact Post news account. Oh no. Unearthed screenshots reveal Kristi Noem's husband confessing love to a dominatrix. Oh my god. Okay, I don't really think... I think the image is probably fine, but I'm not going to test it. It's all censored, but just in case, I'm not going to test it. Here's just the messages. It's him saying... I can't really read it because it's cut out, and it says, like, you love me? And the other person says... Well, I guess actually the other person is probably... Because it's probably been leaked by the dominatrix. So... I guess this one would be Brian saying, I think I'm starting to. What do you want? Do you want to know what I'm thinking right now? And she says, yes. And he says, keep in mind, alcohol influence, LOL. And then she says, LOL. And he says, I can see us leaving our spouses for each other. Well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't speak for you. I'm sure you love him. And she says, LOL, you talk more about him than I do. And he says, I won't bring him up again. I'll say it. I'll be brave and say it. 100% Kristi Noem. Sorry, 100% Byron. Or Brian. Why do I keep saying Byron? Brian knew that Kristi Noem was, she was, with Corey Lewandowski. And he knew. And he knew. And she knew that he was talking about leaving her. And that's why she decided, okay, well, if you're going to leave me anyways, and I'm going to leave you anyways, I'm going to go fuck some other people. And he's like, okay. 100%. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Wait, is it Brian? It's Brian. It's Bryon. Fucking goddamn wasps naming their goddamn children with too many Y's. There is no need for Brian to have a Y in it. God fucking damn it. Unearthed audio reveals Kristi Noem's husband professing his love. Oh no. Oh no.
I believe you told me you loved me, didn't you?
I do love you.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
So much better than your wife, aren't I?
You're so much better. Would you ever marry me?
Oh, you want to be married to your god.
I mean, who would be?
I mean, exactly. So how many drinks?
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is incredible. This is like the best thing that could have happened on Flan Friday. This What do you do as Christino?
Are we on?
Dude, fuck Flan Friday. We're on Fetish Friday now.
A lot.
A lot.
Shut up. You're so amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah, you make me drink.
Oh, I don't make you do anything.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, do I?
You're the boss.
I am the boss.
So you tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Femdom Friday is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's a danger.
What is this? This is audio. This is leaked audio between Christy Noem's husband and a dominatrix that he was seeing.
Chris, like saying.
It's okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did you think that I wouldn't find out who you are?
I knew you knew.
Do you care that I know?
It doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't.
Is it?
No.
I mean, it is what it is.
Oh my god, he is such a, you know what? He is such a, he's great at being a sissy. He's great at being a little bimbo. He's great at it. He's so good at it, dude. He's so good at being a little bimbo slut. Oh my god. I get it. I get it. It's all, everything's adding up. The math, the ones are being carried. The multiplication is being multiplied. He's great at it. He's killing it, man. He's killing it, bro.
I mean, that's very fair.
I don't love the fact that you know who I am, but it is what it is.
Not her laughing at him. Oh my god. You know he was busting when she started laughing at him. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This is too far, bro. We need to do something. We need a full stop on conservatives. But this is the shit that pisses me the fuck off. Really quickly. Thank you for the raid, Shy Thembo. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome, 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 welcome. Vampire invasion. Welcome. Can I say something? This is the thing that pisses me the fuck off about conservatives. I'm going to be frank. God, I'm going to be frank with you. I feel like I have no crazy fetishes. I feel like I was kind of upset. I was like, you know, maybe the DLC will be unlocked later. And I kind of never really unlocked any. And I was like, my most crazy opinion is that I like 2D. That's it, which is not, it's so cringe. You know what I mean? It's just like, I guess it's just like the life of a Switch. You just go with the flow. You know, I don't feel strongly about anything. You know what I mean? It's still my life is long. Yeah, maybe something. Maybe there's a new thing that will be unlocked. That will be unlocked in me. You know, I'm disappointed because I feel like as a leftist, I'm supposed to have unlocked every fetish and kink, and I'm a disappointment to myself. Like if I was my own parent, I would look at myself and be like, you're a disappointment to me. And it's crazy to me that I think, as someone who doesn't have any weird, crazy fetishes, I think that other people should be allowed to do this. That other people should be allowed to do whatever this is. And the people who do this shit work actively to make sure other people can't. It's the people who are the least vanilla that are like, sex should only be between a man and a woman. Oh, and forever for life. And you should never get divorced. And you should always be doing things that are good in the eyes of God. Like, what the fuck is going on here? Shouldn't you, as like a kink haver, be the most pro-kink person? Shouldn't you be the person who is the most pro letting people live their fucking lives? What the fuck? Dude. I think it's maybe the fact that it's taboo is what adds to the thrill. Yeah, but like you're hiding that shit anyways, bro. It's not like you're going to your coworkers and talking about it. And it's not like legislating it to make it so that kinks are always legal as long as it's two consenting adults will suddenly make other people okay with it. You know, like it doesn't matter how many laws we pass saying you can have armpit fetishes. It's not going to make other people be okay with armpit fetishes. Everyone's still going to look at you like a freak. So like, I just don't get it. I just don't understand. I'm just so confused, man. I just don't get it. It's like up is down, left is right. So many conservative legislators are swingers too. I just don't understand, man. Maybe it's the ultimate humiliation fetish, degrading yourself by supporting Puritan legislation. Maybe you're right. Oh my God, thank you so much for sending this. Thank you. This was it. This is how I feel whenever I think about this is like this is a core memory for me. This is core to the Denims watching experience, chat. To watch this video. This is how I feel about the average conservative.
Hey, Junior, you mind sticking around for a sec, just having a chat with your pop?
Sorry, it says POV. Your conservative dad who's in denial about being in the closet gives you the talk.
Sounds good. So you're getting older, and I just want you to know you're gonna have some urges. You're probably gonna start viewing the girls in your class a little differently. The fellas too. I mean, damn, the boys you grew up with are gonna start seeming less like boys and more like these sexy little seducer sodomites sent by Satan. That's classic guy talk. When you eventually start dating, you're gonna have to pretend that the girls are fellas. Helps out with the roughhousing. I mean, that's how I met your mother. Every guy goes through this. Every guy feels this way. Straight as an arrow, every straight as an... We all feel this way. I love my wife. I love my wife.
This is core for the Denims watching experience. You need to understand that, all right? I need a link. Absolutely. Absolutely. This isn't even his best, like, TikTok or his best short or whatever, but it's one of my favorites. Because I do feel like when you talk to conservatives out in the wild, the number of them that are like bisexual is crazy. Like they'll be like, yeah, well, gay people should just control themselves. That's what I do. I'm like, what? What was that? Sorry, what was it? What was that last part? That you just, the last part that you just said out loud? Yeah, well, I make a choice every day to not install Grindr and have sex with lots of men. As a man, I make that decision, and they should do that. They should do the same. What? What do you mean? Huh? Well, I don't make it everybody else's problem, okay? I have sex the way God wants you to, begrudgingly with a woman, and they should do the same. Did you say that out loud to me? Are you aware you are saying that you are gay? I'm not saying that in a derogatory way, man. I'm just saying if you feel that way as a man about other men, that just makes you at least a little gay. I don't. What? Huh? The constant urge of having to uninstall Grindr after a night of heavy drinking. Uh-huh. It's so weird to me. It's so weird. It's so weird. I fundamentally do think a lot of the conservatives that say that like being gay is a choice, a lot of them don't understand that they are at least bi. And that's why they're saying that shit in the first place. It's like, you can only think it's a choice if you're making a choice. Conservatives never deny that Grindr crashes every time the RNC is in town. Good luck. Yeah. No, for sure. It's just a coincidence, Pepilon. I asked my mom once when she chose to become straight and it broke her brain. Oh, God. What happened to the YouTube channel with clips of the show? Sorry, YouTube watcher. It was a fan-run channel, but I think that person stopped uploading stuff. I think I should probably just, I don't know, start uploading stuff myself, but I just haven't gotten around to it. Man. Anyways, I just wanted to... This is hilarious. Oh my God. What a great day to be a leftist, man. But again, also, I feel like... I really do feel like if you are not cis het, like having Mormon sex, like cutting a circle out of a blanket sheet or whatever, or a normal sheet or whatever, you should just be pro letting people do what the fuck they want. Like, I don't get, if you're a freak and you're fucking putting balloons up your shirt so you can be a little sissy slut, why the fuck should other people's at that point, shouldn't other people be able to do what they want in their life with other consenting adults, dude? I just don't get it. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Because they want it to be a secret shame for everyone. It's so weird. Keep pushing. Winning is not inevitable, but it's within our grasp. Correct. Correct. Absolutely, 100% correct. Let me pull this up. Okay, can I talk about something for a second, guys? I'm kind of, this is such a, it's not political. I'm going to be woke for a moment. I know, the wokey McWoke, being woke. But can I talk about something that pisses me off every time I see it on my feed? It makes me so mad every fucking time I see it. And I'm just tired of people talking about this woman. Like, literally leave her alone. Go get a fucking job. Denims is using the Tower 28 lip balm and ube vanilla. How did you know? This stuff is great for the girlies, for the gays, for the straights, for the everybody's, for the MBs. This stuff is great. I really love this. The Tower 28 lip balm. Not sponsored, by the way. I've recently tried out a bunch of them. And it leaves like the most mild hint. And it's nice. And it's got like a, I don't know, for my shade, for my undertones, I love this color. Does it smell good? It smells so good. Smells like the most mild vanilla you've ever smelled in your life. But it's not shaped like a hot dog, I know. Isn't that so sad? Can I eat it? No. Can I smoke it? No. Carmac's not good, or... But lipstick for men? I mean, I'm not judging. Do whatever you want. I don't know. But yeah, this stuff is great. I love this stuff. NGL. Oh my God, no, there's more on this before we can move on. I'm sorry. Byron Noem told Dominatrix he wanted to be a trans bimbo slut. Revealed woman's name. He wanted to be called. No. I hope he wanted to be called Christy. You think J.K. Rowling does shit like that too? I feel like it's inevitable, honestly. I feel like she's got to be into some weird shit. She's got to be. She's got to be. Mm-mm. Yeah, we don't claim that. All right, fine. I'll look at it. California Post. Switch between California and New York editions here. Stop. I don't appreciate this. Wait, did they change the text at all? Whatever. I don't. Byron told Dominatrix he wanted to leave Christy to become a trans bimbo slut. Quote, I need to be your trans bimbo slut, he once texted her. Honestly, and he would be so good at it. He wanted to go by the name Crystal. Christy? Crystal? Oh my god. God. Dude, stop. Stop. Oh my god. This is the woke mind virus they were warning us about. You actually called it was wife mimicking? Wife mimicry? Oh. Bitch, he wanted to have the tarot cards and everything. What the fuck is this bisexual woman doing? What if he wanted to become... What if he was infatuated with Kristi Noem at first because he actually wanted to become her? He saw Kristi Noem and he was like, wish I could be just like you. He was like, yeah, wife goals. And then later in life, he was like, wait a minute. Life, not wife goals. Life goals. Dude, yes. Yes, honey, we have to break up. I thought I was attracted to you, but I was attracted to becoming you. Yeah. Yeah, we have to break up. Sorry. Yeah, this is not going to work. I have to be the biggest bimbo slut, and currently you're out slutting me. You're brutally you're slut mogging me. I'll say it, you slut mogged me brutally to death. So I need us to break up. I have to be the bigger slut in the relationship. I'm sorry. It's just not gonna work, man. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. As a trans woman, I had a creep coworker / stalker do that to me once. He wanted to become a trans person. Sorry, trans. I don't know why I said person there. And picked a name similar to mine. Like that. Hold up. There was something I was going to show you all. Sorry, I saw something funny. You know, can I say something totally unrelated for just a brief moment, if I may? I'm really happy that people are finally waking up to all of the annoying tourists, the anti-woke tourists in gaming. It makes me so happy that these people are finally being exposed as the total fucking losers that they are and have always been. I like that one, almost said Jake Tapper. The guy from Overwatch. What the fuck is his name? Why am I blanking on it? Jeff Kaplan. Jeff Kaplan talking about people that complain about games. That clip lives in my head rent free. I love that clip so much. Where he's like, if you don't play a game and you want to give your opinion, why don't you shut the fuck up? Just shut the fuck up forever. As a developer, when I hear that someone who doesn't play my game doesn't like it, I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you have to say. You should just shut the fuck up. And that's, man, what a base thing to say. I am genuinely so happy that finally these anti-woke anti-SJW, anti-feminist, whatever losers that never play these games complain about everything becoming too woke. It's so annoying. It's just so fucking frustrating. And I'm glad that these people, these Debbie Chans of the world, and honestly the Asmongold of the world are being made fun of. Because they're not even gamers, bro. They're not. They play like they've played maybe 1 or 2 games a lot, and then everything else is too hard for their stupid fucking chud brains. They're idiot chud brains. They literally can't enjoy anything else. And I'm glad that these people are finally being ridiculed. Because I'm sorry, if you don't play a game, just shut the fuck up. Oh my God. It's like, it would be the equivalent of me commenting on how I think FIFA should be improved. FIFA has too many men in it. It needs more win. I don't play that game, and I'm never going to play that game. Or me being like, Rocket League would be good if it wasn't like Rocket League. Where are the big breasts? What if they had like Cussy? You know, I feel like that would make the game. I don't play the game. If you don't play the game, your opinion is meaningless and you should shut up forever. Oh my God. The only exception to this rule is if you are an enjoyer of a franchise or an enjoyer of a developer and they're making artistic decisions you disagree with, criticizing those specific decisions. Like, oh, I play Dragon Age, I've played the other games, and I really was hoping for more of this artistic decision or direction. I was really hoping for more focus on this plot. I'm hoping that they adjust this or adjust that or whatever. That's great. Excellent. Great. But just like, this game sucks, everyone, don't play this game, they're making it woke. Shut up. Oh my God. And it's this way with all media all the time. It feels like even like movies and TV shows. It'll be like the people complaining that Snape is black or whatever in Harry Potter. It's like, I don't care. I literally don't care. They made Wesker black in Resident Evil. Nobody complained because nobody fucking cared because it doesn't matter. You just put someone in the role that has aura for the role and then criticize it if they don't have the aura for the role. That's it. That's it. That's all. People did complain, and the people who complained probably don't even fucking play Resident Evil games. They probably don't even give a shit. Oh my God. Idris Elba as Bond. It's like James Bond is literally a fictional character. Where in the James Bond universe and lore does it say James Bond needs to be white? I would love to see that. Please show me. Oh my God. And then even the anti-woke losers, they will like, I've spoken to these people where they're like, yeah, Bridgerton would be good, but I don't like that there are brown people. It's just not, there are brown people that are royalty, like black and brown people that are royalty, and it's just not realistic for the time period. It's like, you don't even watch the show. You don't even like it. You call it bad smut. Why the fuck would your opinion matter, dumbass? Shut up. Like, if you don't even consume the media, just be... Oh my God, just be quiet. Stop saying they need to change this for me, someone who will never consume this media. No, actually, no. I don't make commentary on how the Oscars should be changed because I don't watch the Oscars. Okay? Should I watch Bridgerton? Let me just tell you. I have those fragrances that came out at Ulta because they're cheap and really good, but I haven't gotten into the show yet. All I will tell you is season 2 is let me say this. I joined a book club once with a bunch of women. And you guys know me, I'm a woman enjoyer. And I really like came. Sorry, I really came into that group and I was like, oh, we're making suggestions. And I planned a bunch of fucking loser nerd books. Like, all my suggestions were nonfiction, like 700 pages. I was like, I've been wanting to read this book for forever. Finally, a group to read it with. And everyone else came with like, you know, like good smut books. And I was the only imbecile that walked in as a fucking nerd. I really wanted to reread Derek Parfit's Reasons and Persons for the longest time. I would love to read it with other people. And I was the only loser that walked in with those type of books. Classic. Yeah. Nice. Can't be recommending 700-page books. I forgot why I went on that tangent. That was to say, the book we read was very funny. It was this like very comical smut book. about this guy, this woman who got kidnapped to another planet, and then she got kidnapped by this very sexy alien. And then the alien was very sexily taking care of her. And then she sexily had sex with him. And I was like, it would be better if the main character was a man, but I agree with the rest of it. This is good. I would agree with the rest of that. That was pretty good. Minotaur Milking Farm, we never got that far in. I'm going to be honest with you. Join a men's book club? No, they would just be fucking recommending books about the Roman Empire. I don't want to read about the Roman Empire. Boring. Hello? I'm sorry, dude. I can't. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Sorry. Yeah, meditations. Yeah. It's just Marcus Aurelius and books about the Roman Empire. Once they run out of those books, they're like, well, what do we read now? Shit, I didn't get this far. Oh my God. You don't want to read 48 Laws of Power with a bunch of virgins? Shut up. Oh God. At least like the alien smut book isn't pretending to be. And at least the people reading it aren't pretending to be intellectuals. You know what I mean? They're like, I just want to read this because it's kind of seemed like it'd be fun. You know? It doesn't take itself seriously. But some of the fucking pseudo-intellectuals, I feel like gender-neutral rooms are probably the best for book clubs. Not to be wokey McWoke. I do think like co-ed groups are probably going to be the best. But, man, sickening stuff on both sides. Trying to join a book club, not a goon club. I mean, I'm down. I'm down to join a book club. I'm down to join a goon club. Sure, why not? The number one rule of goon club. Goon every day. Question for you, Dennis. Why apologize for being woke? I'm relatively new to watching leftist Twitch streamers. Most of y'all apologize for being woke at the core like it's a bad thing. Oh, no. I think it's just like people being sarcastic. Like, sorry to be woke. You'll never believe it. The person who thinks that you should have free healthcare, the person that thinks you should have housing, food, clean water, clean air, that thinks homeless people should be treated with dignity and should not be homeless, that thinks housing first policy is just policy that makes sense, also thinks, shocker, women are people. You know, I use it sarcastically. I'm pretty sure everybody else does too. But neither here nor there. I wanted desperately to talk about, did you guys see that, like, what was his fucking name? Tim Pool was talking about how the chick from The Boys was trying to trans herself or something. Did you guys see this fucking clip? All right, I'm going to say something. I am tired of people harassing this poor woman. I'm tired of seeing people talk about this woman. I'm tired of people saying that she ruined her face. I'm tired of people talking about her completely. She's asked multiple times that she doesn't want to be talked about and she doesn't want photos of herself shared on the internet and she doesn't want to be compared. First and foremost, she has never specified or said that she's done or had any work at all. Second, there's actually like a really good piece on like how most of the surgeries people think she got literally make no sense. Like they'll be like, she got work done on her jaw and it's like the only difference in the photos is that and one of them she's smiling and the other one she isn't. Like even this photo right here that people love to use, it pisses me off so bad because, shocker, you can look at my face right now when I'm not smiling. My face in the jaw, or like in where your buccal fat sits, right here, right under your cheekbones, not jaw, right under your cheekbones, it's more hollow. And when you smile, you lift you lift your fat upwards. So that like, hard to show at this angle, maybe at a different angle. So this area that might look more hollow doesn't look as hollow when you smile. So when you smile, it's like, see how round my face is now? And then when I don't smile, you see how much more hollow it looks? Because when you smile, you're moving the fat that's in your cheeks upward and you're filling this space over here. Ignoring makeup for a moment, because you can even see she's wearing bronzer in this one on the side and she's not wearing it over here. But she's also smiling. She's also fucking smiling. Like, you can literally, that's just how the muscles and the fat in your face move. You can't compare photos. This is why it's so important. When you're comparing two photos to each other, you have to make sure that the person has the same exact angle and is making the same facial expression. Because if they're not, it's going to look completely different. I look totally different when I'm smiling a little bit versus when I'm not smiling. Or like, for example, sometimes if I've had like very low sleep, especially when I haven't slept enough, I'll get like little eye bags, and it's particularly bad when I'm just like straight faced. Like, I'm just like, if I haven't had any sleep and I'm looking straight on, I like have these bad eye bags. I think I had good sleep yesterday, so it looks okay right now. But I can fix that literally just by smiling. And then when I smile, this area that might be hollow here, the fat in your face moves up because the muscles are moving. And then that area isn't visible anymore. So, first of all, besides the fact that her makeup is totally different, her face is different. Smiling will just naturally round out your face. This is why, I don't know if you guys have been on Twitter or Instagram before. Some women never smile in their photos and some women always smile in their photos. And it's usually because one of those makes their face look better. So I know women who have like really like a lot of fat on their cheeks. So they can kind of always have like the mogging, the mewing, and like because they have so much extra padding that when they smile, it actually moves their face in kind of a weird way that they don't like, that like shows these lines or whatever. Like, I've spoken to lots of women about lots of photo taking and how they choose to take photos or not take photos or whatever. But you will find, even yourself, chat, you have probably a face that makes, or sorry, there's probably a combination of muscles that you move that make your face look the best. Focal length matters too. Oh, this is, yeah, don't even get me started on this. How the focal lengths matter, that if it's, what the descriptor is, not wider. There's a descriptor. I don't know enough about cameras to break this down perfectly, but that you'll notice sometimes the easiest way to explain it is you'll notice sometimes when you're taking a photo with your phone, you look like shit, but if somebody else takes a photo for you and they're farther away, you suddenly don't look like shit. And it's because it's highlighting the correct things the right way, the way that maybe your eyes would perceive it. The lens gave him more hair. I mean, it just made his face wider. Whereas like this is like, it's kind of giving fisheye a little bit and it's making the rest of his face look like this. So this is one thing it makes me so mad. I feel so bad for this actress because she's been so harassed by so many people on the internet. And it makes me, she has gotten like the Britney Spears treatment and she's talked about it. And she said like, it actually comically, Megyn Kelly, maybe not comically, but topically, Megyn Kelly actually was like, women these days are constantly getting all this plastic surgery and they look ugly. It's like, first of all, bitch, Mar-a-Lago face, silence, whore. Second, and I mean that whore not in relation to sex having. I mean that as just a descriptor, the way that you might use the word moid. Second, all right, the photo she used, she was like, this is from a year ago. The photo was from 10 years ago. The age gap between these photos is 10 years. Your face naturally will change as you age. As you age, this is one of the reasons why people tend to say never do buccal fat removal. For anyone who doesn't know what buccal fat is, I always forget if it's buccal or buccal, but it's the fat that sits right here, your little meat pads right here. And as you get older, it kind of provides cushion because the rest of your fat starts to droop and the rest of your muscles start to droop. So I will tell you, when I was younger, when I was like a teenager, I think it was like for like high school graduation, I went to a Sephora and I was like, can I get like makeup done? I want to get like bronzer done. And bronzer, for people who know nothing about makeup, is the makeup you apply right here that gives you nice cheekbones. You can see she's wearing it. If you notice here, it's a little bit darker over here. That's makeup. That's why it's so much darker. And so I went in there once and I went to a Sephora, and when I was younger, my cheeks were even rounder. Like, my face is still pretty round, but my face was even rounder and more circular. I was kind of just like an orb for a head, honestly. And she was like this poor makeup artist, she was like applying this bronzer on me and it kind of just like looked like dookie. It kind of looked horrible. She kind of just like threw this on and she was like, I think I just need to start over. The bronzer just kind of is not working. Yeah. She literally looked at me and said like, yeah, I'm sorry. You're giving orb right now. And I kind of just like smeared makeup on the orb and it's not giving contour at all. It's just giving suspicious. Yeah, it's just not. It's no. You said you need to start bone smashing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she literally said, she was like, it just looks like I messed up your makeup and gave you bad foundation. I was like, that's okay. No bronzer for me, I guess. And as I've gotten older, as time has passed, I've gotten more of this definition, which I've always wanted. Because shocking, your face changes when you age. Even just over a couple years, especially between the ages of like, I would say 16 to like 25, your face just changes so much. So like this area is no longer, like there's like a little bit more of a taper now. Whereas when I was younger, it was just like a circle. It was literally, I just literally had chipmunk cheeks. Perma chipmunk cheeks. Like I always had these cheekbones. I did not bone smash. But I just had I just had massive chipmunk cheeks. And I didn't mew or anything. And so many annoying people will be like, yeah, you never, ever, ever should get any buccal fat removal ever. You should never remove this. It's like, first of all, you don't. Okay. Let's just say one thing. Okay. Good plastic surgery is not visible. I know one person who got some of their fat removed. And they said it was one of the best things they did. They went to a really great place. And I didn't even know that they had gotten it done. I literally didn't even notice. I was like, wow, your makeup looks really good or whatever. And they had got it done. And the place that they went to were like, yeah, I disagree with removing all of it. But for someone like you, yeah, we can remove a little bit. And she still looks great. Like she looks, I mean, I didn't even notice the difference. That's how little they've removed. She literally looks exactly the same, but somehow better, which is how good plastic surgery is supposed to look, right? Okay, but in 10, 20 years, yeah, that's why no doctor probably recommends removing all of it. If you go to a surgeon that says remove all of it, then yeah, you fucked up. But a good place, in the same way that like any place that you go to that's like, yeah, we should just give you the maximum amount of lip filler. That's probably a terrible place to go. If you're going to extremes, it's always going to be fucking terrible, right? Dolls are the perfect example. Real. But I'm just going to say, what happens if you remove all the fat? Well, this fat is like really nice when you're aging because again, you naturally will lose some of like the collagen and elasticity and that helps to cushion from the hollow out like look. But the thing is, you can get no surgery and you just lose weight and your face will get thinner. Doesn't she have Graves' disease? First of all, she has an autoimmune disorder. But second of all, she also is like 10 years different. There is a 10-year gap. Let me see if I can find like... Like, here's an example for the people that are like, no, you should never, ever do it. You're going to become Skeletor. Never, ever, 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 ever do it. Here is one such person getting the fat pads, as they call them, removed. This is someone who had buccal fat removal. They just don't. A good surgeon wouldn't be like fucking your shit up and going to the extreme. They wouldn't be. It's the same thing in video games. When you take the slider all the way to the max, it's going to look janky. It's going to look weird. And so, like, this is one thing that I have like a personal grievance with. That one, people's understanding of plastic surgery is so horrible, but also two, that people just assume plastic surgery all the time when there could be not plastic surgery. Max slider on top torso, me never. Ha 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 ha. I'm trying to see if I can find like another good example, but I think this explains the point that I'm trying to make. Where any place that you go to that's going to extremes is going to look bad. But there are lots of places that you can go to that are not trying to take you to extremes. They're trying to make minor adjustments so you still look like you. This happened a lot with Margot Robbie. Yeah, everyone just like, Margot Robbie must have had a lot of plastic surgery done. It's like, no, girl. Your face just changes when you age. Some people think hair surgery is plastic surgery and it's not. What, like hair transplants or whatever? Yeah, I don't know. It makes me, it's a small pet peeve of mine. Small. Why is she looking at us like we owe her money? Because we do. Going back to the topic at hand. Also, anyone here who's lost weight or gained weight, you know your face changes. Your face changes so much. I've known people who have like really round faces and they lose weight and somehow they don't change at all. And other people who have really round faces, they lose weight and then they have like a lot of hollowing out and they've done no surgery. And they're like, dude, I don't know what the hell, why my face has lost so much fat in it. I don't know what to do. I need to figure out something to do that'd be worthwhile. And not even like on Ozempic, just normal weight loss, just dieting and exercise. My homie is that way. He looks gaunt at times, even though he's just fit now. I also have friends that like, it's hard for them to gain weight and keep the weight on and put on weight and then keep it on. And I have friends who are like, I know it's bad once I drop below a certain weight because my face starts to look really gaunt. Like it starts to look like I'm like, because surprise, surprise, it's just fat and fat is going to leave your body when you're losing fat just in different places. I lost 60 pounds. My face didn't change at all. I mean, yeah, it's a person-to-person thing. Where your fat rests is just person-to-person. That's why at the same weight, different people will have huge breasts and other ones will be totally flat-chested. Other people will be totally flat-chested. Also, probably the reason why some trans women who get HRT show like get massive tits and other trans women don't. It's just genetic. It's just genetic where your fat's going to sit. It's kind of like not up to you where the last of your fat sits. But there was a different point I was going to make about this. I gained 40 pounds. None of it went to my boobs. It was so mean. Dude, you are just like me for real. It doesn't matter if I gain weight or I lose weight. My boobs never change. It's just my ass that changes. That's it. Sorry, you said massive tits. I got distracted. Where am I? I'm trans femme. I have small titties. My doctor told me even if I was cis, I would be flat. LOL. Sometimes it's like that, you know? Sometimes it's just like that. What was I saying? I had another point that I was making. Have you tried an all-flan diet? Dude, honestly, seriously. Yeah. I just feel like, not to make this a leave Britney alone moment, but I'm so tired of seeing this poor woman get harassed on the internet over how her face looks. And they're like, she looks totally unrecognizable. Women, stop getting surgery. It's like, we don't know any surgery she's gotten. I've seen the only honest, genuine tabloid that has talked about her has been saying she probably got a nose job because your bone structure in your nose doesn't change unless you either have like surgery or I've seen some people get like fillers in their nose or whatever and like it changes the shape. That's it. That's the only one, which that makes sense because her nose has like a way thinner bridge. And apparently she had like a little bump or something and there's more of an up tilt now. So that one is probably the only one that she probably got. The other ones, it's like you have no idea of knowing how much of that is from weight loss, how much of that is from having an autoimmune disorder, how much of that is, so what if it was plastic surgery? Like, you ever think someone maybe gets plastic surgery and then changes their mind or regrets it? I mean, I can tell you guys for a fact, and I am asking politely, no one say, don't do anything, please. I don't have the strength to try to do anything because I'm like, oh, what if I hate it? Like, every time I've spoken to people and they get like whatever treatment's done, I'm like, wow, it looks really, really good on you. But what if I go in and then they're like, let me just fuck your shit up, fam. Let me just fuck your shit up. The only thing that I think is like safe is Botox. if you go to a good clinic because it wears off in a couple months. So if you fucking hate it, it's okay because it'll wear off in a couple months. What if I flop? But oh darling, what if you slay? Exactly. Does she have lipstick or is it just lip technique? I mean, so this is the same thing. When you smile, your lips shrink, and when you stop smiling, your lips look fuller. Like not smiling. Smiling. When I smile, I have like no upper lip at all. When I'm not smiling, it's like, hey, there's something there. It's working. She's doing her best. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say on this topic. And it makes me so frustrated when I see this.
Obviously got lip fillers and buccal fat removal.
No, wrong. This actress has always had really full lips. You can see photos of her when she was younger. When she's not smiling, her lips look very full. She's always had full lips. Let me see if I can find a good photo.
And it's disgusting. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, dude, but we have to stop encouraging women to do this stuff to their faces. You know what my theory is? Women are getting all this surgery because they want to look like trans women. Obviously got lip fillers and buccal.
Like, how about you go get some fucking surgeries? How about you go get a fucking hair transplant, huh? Maybe you would be improved by some surgery. Maybe you've taken it into the other extreme where you don't fucking wash your ass and you look like a fucking you look worse than someone who doesn't have millions of dollars at their disposal. I know your ass is not making fun of how other people look, you sack of shit. I just feel so, there's something so toxic about like using, just because somebody is like an actress or like a public figure or whatever, that they just have to experience this fucking humiliation ritual because other people feel comfortable commenting on how they look. It's just so mean. It's just so, it makes me mad. It just makes me upset. Let me see if I can find. She doesn't really wear lipstick is the thing, so it's a little hard to show in some of these photos, but you can see when she's not smiling. Her lips have always been very full. Let me see if I can find one where she's wearing some lipstick. Like, this idea that it's like, no, she got massive amounts of lip filler. It's like, no, she's just not smiling in the first one, bro. Yeah, this one maybe is slightly better. So, it's so fucking, if she applied lipstick beyond her lip borders, it would look even more full. Yeah, it's just, there's this technique that people use where when they apply it, they apply over, which makes your lips look fuller, but it's like, she's always had really full lips. I don't understand why people go for the lip criticism. It's so bizarre. Yeah, not to mention she also has changed the way that she uses or puts on makeup, or she's had different makeup looks over the years. Oh, I found one. Here. This is her when she was younger. If you don't think those are full lips, you're coping. You're just straight coping. I don't know how much... I'm sorry. This doesn't look much different from this to me. It's the rest of her face that has changed, probably due to just like aging. I definitely agree with the people that are like, she probably got a nose job, but like also again, it's not really any of my business. And there's so much that you can do with makeup. It just makes me so mad. He just hates her makeup in the second pic. It's all, yeah. It's so annoying. It makes me so mad. Can you imagine you're this person? And like, here are the two universes. There's universe one where you got basically nothing done. Maybe you got a nose job or something, and all these people are like, women are making themselves so ugly. And that's what you have to see. Every time you see a photo of you before and after, that's what you see about you. Like, that's a person, bro. She has to see this shit. This shit that fucking losers say about her. And then, God forbid, the opposite, where it's like, you did do work or you did get work done. And now everyone's like, yeah, too bad you made yourself ugly. It's like, have some empathy. Oh my fucking God. I like how he thinks she had to be encouraged to this. It's just so annoying. So annoying. My favorite is like when you see these threads, which by the way, I've looked through these threads, especially on Reddit. It's terrible. You'll look through these threads where they're like, yeah, she totally like, I don't know what she was thinking. All women need is just like a good boob job. It's like, you are part of the problem, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Those are the worst. The worst are like, yeah, you needed a little bit of work, but like, too bad you're a dumb slut and you picked the wrong things. It's like, you literally should go work in the mines. You should, in a just world, your opinion would never have to be heard by anyone except for the bats that live in the mines. Those are the only creatures that should suffer. Those are the only ones that should suffer. For the love of God. And like, here's the thing. If she was like a terrible person that was constantly trying to like remove women's rights the way that conservatives are, you know what? Then I think it's fair game. You want to remove women's rights and yet you agree with women's rights to be able to get whatever surgeries they want. Or God forbid, a transphobe. It's like, sorry, you give yourself Mar-a-Lago face, but God forbid somebody wants gender affirming care. Literally, fuck you. But somebody else who like literally they just mind their own business. They just exist as a person. And that's your, can you imagine if you were this actress and you just have to, every time you go on the internet, it's like a 50-50 if you scroll past a post that says that you made yourself look ugly. Like, oh my God. It just looks like she also just aged. I mean, she literally did. These are like a decade apart. I just get mad. Oh. I didn't mean to time this person out, but low-key, I think they maybe actually deserved it. Maybe. Only shame women on their looks if they have different political views. Wrong. If that's what you took away from that, you might be a fucking idiot. And maybe you actually did accidentally deserve that time out. I said, if you prevent other people from getting gender affirming care and you yourself get gender affirming care, you are a fucking hypocrite. So actually, I do think people should be allowed to make fun of you. So. Going after someone else's appearance when he's so obviously self-conscious about whatever he's got going under his hat is just, yeah. Dude. This person, oh no. But anyways. Or else change as well, auto-muses, which is why, which they notoriously get worse as you enter adulthood. There's also more recent pics of her than that second pic. Not sure if I can link them. Well, yeah, they just love to use the photo that they think makes her look the worst possible. Like, if you find and you see more recent photos of her, it's like, oh, shocker. She just looks like a human being that aged. Wow. Shocker. Crazy. They love to use this one photo of her, and I never understand why they use this one. Because I think she looks so cunt. Oh, sorry for swearing, Majority Report. Thank you for the raid. Welcome, viewers. We were watching this fucking dim tool clip of him saying that cis women are getting surgery to look like trans.
And buccal fat removal, and it's disgusting. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, dude, but we have to stop encouraging women to do this stuff to their faces. You know what my theory is? Women are getting all this surgery because they want to look like trans women. Obviously got lip.
I never understand when people use this photo and they're like, look at what she's done to her face. It's like, first of all, she's clearly going for like dramatic makeup. Second, I love how she looks in that photo. And I'm not joking. I'm not tripping. I'm being 100% serious. I love this look on her. Genuinely. It's like the Jenna Ortega photo where they're like, look at how disgusting she looks in this photo. And it's like, what? I like it. I'm not even a big anti-eyebrow person, but I kind of like how she looks in that one. What the hell? And they're like, oh, she got a million different surgeries or whatever. It's like, I don't know, man. Or maybe she's always, and it's so weird too, because if you look at old photos of her, she's always kind of been a little bit crimson chin. She's always kind of been repping crimson chin. That's the truth. I'm jealous. As someone who has the soy, I have the soy chin. I am soyless. I'm sorry, I'm soyful. I don't have like a strong chin. Look at this. Look at this fucking pathetic beta ass chin. Look at this. I'm a disgrace. But she's always had a great jaw and a great chin. So it makes me mad. It just makes me mad. This is just something I'm passionate about. It's a chin. It's just a chin. It's just a chin. The chinless, rise up. I speak for you. I speak for the chinless. There was one last thing that I was going to show. Where is it? What date is this from? I could find the date. I hate when an article doesn't have a date. It's so infuriating, but whatever. Where? I found it. Here it is. You'll notice, by the way, whenever these fucking incel losers talk about her, they never show photos of her like this. They never show recent photos of her where she is repping the same makeup style that she wore in The Boys and that it's from the same angle. And you'll notice another thing, they never use unflattering shots of her when she was younger. Let me see if I can find, this is probably the best example. Let me see. Wish I could get, oh, hold up, I have an idea. One. Almost. They never use unflattering shots when she was younger. I know this is going to sound crazy, but as someone who was chubby-cheeked, who still is kind of chubby-cheeked, the problem is sometimes when you have an awkward smile, your face looks so wide. You look so chipmunk. And this is a great example of this. That I'm sure, and I promise you, there were lots of shots when she was younger, when she was smiling, and it looked like this, where she was giving chipmunk. Oh, hello, Wormy. So anyone can easily misrepresent this. If I was posting this right now and I was like, see, this is a case of clear, great plastic surgery. Someone who wanted some changes. See, look at how much of an improvement this is. There's great balance here. There's great this here. There's great that here. If I wanted to misrepresent this, I can just pick out the worst photo of her when she was younger and the best photo of her now as an adult. And it just pisses me off that people pick this one photo of her when she was younger and then they try and find the worst photo they can when she's an adult. It's like, you guys fucking suck, dude. You guys suck. I hate genuinely how many people just feel so comfortable talking about this poor woman. Those Young Denims. I don't have any good Young Denims photos. I didn't really take a lot of photos when I was younger. So, that's, heaven forbid, ugly duckling, yada, yada. Yeah. Easily could change also just from losing weight. Yep. Also, a lot of people who tell on themselves saying that they like women who look like teens. As soon as their faces mature, they flip. Yeah. And it's like, you don't even have to use this example. You can use other examples of women just aging. Actually, the best example is, what's her name? Margot Robbie. Margot Robbie, I'm sorry. They'll be like, look, she's ugly now. She's a hideous creature. She's mid. And it's like, no, she's just always had a strong chin, a strong jaw, and strong cheekbones. Huh? Also, in what world is this woman mid? What are you smoking? For me. And they'd be like, well, her cheeks are really hollowed out now. She's aging so much. It's like, you mean the natural process of just getting older? What the hell? Yeah, well, I'm only attracted to women if they have nice chubby cheeks and a kind demeanor. And it's like, oh my God, dude. Stop. Stop speaking. Stop. Stop. I don't like her Harley look, but she bad as hell. I loved her Harley look. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Also, this isn't the biggest change on The Boys. The biggest one is the actor who lost a lot of weight and no one cared. Dude, for real. This guy actually does look, he literally looks like a different person. He does. And no one ever comments on him because it's like, well, when it happened to him, we can't talk about that because that might make men feel uncomfortable. So, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. But let's talk about women. It's like, can you imagine if there were 500 posts about him getting buccal fat removal and him getting a nose job and getting not getting enough Botox or something? And like, what the hell, bro? There's a reason you don't see those posts all over your timeline. And there's a reason you only see posts on your timeline about this woman. So I've never noticed because he's just the same character, so it doesn't feel like a different person. I only see it now that you pointed out. This is Caroline Kwan territory. What if we talked about all of the Tom Cruise surgeries? Dude, real. And the other thing too is, the thing that pisses me off the most, it's very like, you ever see those posts that are like, men don't like makeup. Men like a natural looking woman. And they'll post a photo of a woman wearing makeup. It's like, the woman you posted is where I see eyeliner. I do not see the eyeliner. Like, she's wearing makeup. I don't understand. Are you? I'm not saying women look like hideous trolls when they're not wearing makeup, but I'm saying you can tell when someone is wearing makeup and when they're not wearing makeup. Hello? Is it natural, minimal makeup a style? Yeah, but that's still wearing makeup, right? It would be like someone saying like, oh, I love a natural beard. And then they're posting a photo of like someone who clearly has gotten their beard cleaned up here and it's good and like shaped and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I love when like, let me see, beard. Image. It would be the equivalent, actually. I'm trying to find a really good photo. It's a little hard because I'm not like a beard enthusiast. I'm not a beard hater, but I'm not a beard enthusiast. I think beards look good on some people and they look bad on some people. And you should find and see if it looks good on you. And you should rep it if it looks good on you. I'm a beard neutralist. Maybe this one? Trying to find one that like clearly is cared for. This is a great photo. This is perfect. Yes, Meerkat. Yes, I agree. Can you imagine if women were like, I love when a man just lets his beard grow out. It's so nice when men just let their natural beards. They're not prissy and take care of their beards like little gay sissies with huge tits that want to be bimbified. You know, I love when a man is brave enough to have a natural beard. It's like, natural. Girl, that is a well-groomed beard. That is actually unbelievably disrespectful to the guy with that beard. Even you can pick something that's like a little bit more disheveled, something like this, and being like, yeah, I love when a man just lets it all just grow out. You know, just being their true self and letting it just grow. That's what I like to see. It's like, listen, these dudes are using beard oil. They're probably using some wax. They're probably shampooing, conditioning. I've seen men who do like hair straightening on their beard. Like they'll take the back of a flat iron to help soften it up a little. Like that is not a natural beard. A natural beard is like the beards they grow on TV shows or in movies when They're like trapped and stranded on an island. Like this, even this is still like not fully unkempt, but like this would be natural growth. Natural unkempt growth. And you would know because hair grows differently. So sometimes hairs are going to be, some of them are going to be longer. Some of them are going to be shorter. The clearest way to know is when like this area is like not shaved. The area right above or right on your cheekbone, but before your jaw. Can you imagine seeing posts like that? Can you imagine seeing posts of women being like, I hate when men use products on their beards. Why can't men just have natural beards? Why do they insist on using product? It's like, girl, he's using product. That's why it looks nice. Hello? What? Hello? If it was natural, it would be like growing in like 10 different directions. There would be crumbs from like a year ago, girl. Like, please, just be real for a moment. And it's the same thing when I see people that are like, yeah, women should just be natural. They shouldn't wear makeup. It's like, you just posted a photo of a woman wearing makeup. You're just saying women should wear makeup the way I want them to wear makeup, which is a different sentence, okay? You're saying I want them to put in work, but, you know, the work that I would like. And it's the same thing with beards. It would be like me being like, oh, I just hate when men are just so self-obsessed and they have so much vanity and they insist on taking care of their beard. Why can't they just have natural ones that look like this? Like, oh, the natural beard that grows in thick and soft, but never grows above this part of your face, and you magically never get a neck beard. Naturally. Of course. Naturally. Girl. Please. Please. Some dudes are blessed with that? No. Even like the most blessed dude, you still have to remove the beard hair or the mustache hairs that grow on top of your lip. That shit would piss me off, dude. Oh my God. That sounds like it sucks. Having a mustache and then having it grow into your mouth. Oh, dude, that sounds horrible. That sounds horrible, dude. I don't know how, I genuinely don't understand how men deal with that. I don't understand. I like don't. If you grow a mustache and you just raw dog it, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're sickening. Grab scissors or something, like anything. Don't. That's sickening. I can't. Nah, you get soup for later. Shut up. You are nasty, bruh. You are gross. I trim above my top lip once a week. Based. Versus when you drink a coffee or something, the coffee drips are on the end of your mustache hairs. That sounds horrible. That sounds terrible. I'm going to be honest, man. That sounds awful. Jesus. But it's the same thing with like the plastic surgery bros where they're like, why can't women stop getting plastic surgery? Women should look like this. Post photo of woman that has plastic surgery. It's like, no, you're saying women should get plastic surgery that makes them look good. That's what you're saying. And if they can't get anything that makes them look good, then they should get nothing. That's a different sentence, dude. That's a different sentence. Also, Nordic Scottish culture, unkempt beards is a sign of uncleanliness. Yeah, I mean, actually. Follower list is a bunch of plastic surgery models, and it's like, bruh. To be fair, some doctors can fuck you up. Yeah. Real. Not all dude, the people that like, have you guys seen those? I've seen like half of an episode. Have you seen those episodes of like the plastic surgery, the addiction to plastic surgery people, and they've had like 40 surgeries on their face? If you are a plastic surgeon and you give someone like that 41st surgery on their face, you're like a terrible person, bro. When you start like, or even worse, this is my opinion. The people who get filler and they get like an obscene amount of filler. If you give someone that much filler, you are a bad person, dude. You're such a bad person. You should make it difficult for people to get too much filler. Stop. Laura Loomer should sue for malpractice. I'm not joking. The doctors who worked on Laura Loomer, they should be sued for malpractice. And I am not joking. And I am totally, completely not joking. Mm-mm. What about face tattoos? If you give someone like a bad face tattoo, the people who give tattoos of like words on your face, oh my God. I get it, you know. You have the right to do whatever you want as an adult, but man, bro. Yeah, it's a pet peeve. It's a pet peeve of mine. And I think people, one, should be less comfortable commenting on what someone has gotten done when they haven't spoken about getting anything done. In the case of like someone like Kristi Noem, where you can see the lip filler injections, you can literally see them. It's like, yeah, girl, what are you doing? Girl, what are you doing? Stop. That shot was crazy. That shot was insane. But I don't know. That's humbly my opinion. Laura walked into the plastic surgeon's office, said, "Fuck me up, fam." No, she said, "Want to play a game?" Yeah. Real. All right, let me close these tabs. Give me the jigsaw, bro. Yeah, give me the jigsaw. Yeah, fuck my shit up, bro. Yeah. Christ. Anyways, there was one that was like particularly offensive, but I don't get the delusion of like, I assume some of it is rage bait, but I don't get the delusion of like posting a photo of like a woman with perfectly straight, blaringly white teeth, not a single blemish on her face, perfectly symmetrical, not a hair out of position on her eyebrows. And being like, women like this, with huge tits, really thin. Women shouldn't get plastic surgery. They should look all natural like this. The classic having F-cup titties and also abs at the same time. That's just a natural look that you can just have. That's just natural. Yes. So true. Uh-huh. So true. Mm-hmm. You mean the One Piece Oda classic? Yeah. You remember when 4chan yassified the Fortnite girl before the game came out? No, I don't actually. I actually don't. I missed that. The Horizon game? Yes. Yes, I remember the Horizon one. That was hilarious, dude. That one was... I have no words. I saw the recent Grace one where they're like, this is what Grace should look like. And it's like a Kardashian. Grace Ashcroft should look like a Kardashian. I guess we just disagree, man. I guess we just disagree. I suppose we should just disagree. I think a reason why it pisses me off is because it's giving, you know, like the people who post like rich people that are like, that look beautiful and they're like, see, if you could be beautiful too if you just worked out or whatever. It's like, what a super, like superficial oversimplification of how rich people just look beautiful. It's almost like it's a very active effort on multiple fronts to stave off aging. Hey, guess what? If you were rich, you would hire the best surgeons and the best doctors, and you would also look like that. And it's not a matter of willpower at a certain point. And I think it's like, it's kind of giving the people who say like I have a lot of sympathy because I didn't experience it. the body dysmorphia that was given to girls who used Instagram back in the early days where everything was photoshopped and it was a bunch of actors and actresses that felt like, oh, I'm just like, I must be ugly because everyone on my phone looks beautiful and I don't. So I feel like there needs to be a more concerted effort in trying to tell people like, no, they've just had a lot of good plastic surgery done and you don't have access to that. And that's why you look different. So this like, no, women should look naturally beautiful. Post photo of woman with plastic surgery. It's like, all right, man. Okay. Yeah. Sure, bro. Sure. Whatever you say. I think people just weren't aware of the surgery tech back in the day. I'm ugly and I'm proud. Yeah, Mac from Always Sunny went off on that when he gained a bunch of weight and then lost it all back. All you need is trainers, dietitians, spending time in the gym, personal chef. Yeah. And it's the same shit. Plastic surgery, professional makeup artist, professional camera crew, correct. Also, like a lot of people who spend all of their time trying to be just like 1% prettier. Like, yeah, of course those people are going to look better or they're going to fit the standard mold of what we think is beautiful better than anyone else can because they have the resources to do that. So, that's all I'm going to say. Thank you guys for going with me on this tangent. This is one of those things that I feel very passionately about. And I feel like people should stop. Common in the trans community too, costs fucking money. Oh my God, dude, I recently found out about collarbone surgery. Oh my God. I did not know about collarbone surgery until recently. Wait, this was a tangent? I thought this was just the stream. Yeah. But that's enough of that, guys. That's enough of that. I will let you guys know. Maybe tomorrow we can try RE2. No promises. No promises on that. But sorry, to wrap up that last tangent, I forgot. There was one other thing. I think it's like I just disagree with all types of defeatism. I'm very against defeatist ideologies. And it's like the message that sends to people who are ugly is just like, oh, and I'm using ugly loosely here. I'm saying people who don't fit the traditional sense of beauty. People who are unconventional or conventionally unattractive based on our modern beauty standards. That's what I mean. It just tells those people like, yeah, well, you're just going to be ugly and they're just going to be beautiful and you shouldn't use plastic surgery to change it. It's like, it's kind of rude, no? Just like, hey, you should just accept what you... It's like, I disagree. I'm sorry, I disagree. I don't agree. I think you can always improve in ways that you want to. And if you don't want to, then that's fine. But if you want to, there are always ways to improve, all right? Everyone is a grotesque bag of meat in truth. Not true. Chat isn't. Not true. But not sorry to get on so many tangents. It makes me sad when I see stuff like that. You know? It makes me sad when I see stuff like that. It's like, Best thing I've ever done for my appearance was getting veneers. I found a workaround. Get it covered by insurance at the time due to partners due to being on my parents on my own, it would have been 5 to 10K either otherwise. I'm not rich because of that. I firsthand got to see how you literally buy being more attractive. My teeth were... Dude, I will tell you, teeth are like luxury bones. I think that's the best example of what I mean, where it's like, people... Imagine if every time someone saw bad veneers, they were like, never, ever, ever get veneers or never get your teeth fixed or never do anything or else you'll look weird. It's like, oh, I guess if you just have bad teeth, you just have bad teeth forever. It's like, fuck that. No. I mean, I had really bad teeth, aka a lot of overcrowding. And then I spent a lot of time and money. I got braces and then I got Invisalign. And I had, like the usual shaving that they do at the end. And now my teeth actually make me so happy. And it's just like this one thing I don't ever have to think about. Where I'm like, yay, my teeth are straight and I never have to think about it. Whereas I remember when I used to, before I had braces and before I had Invisalign, it was something that I would always think about where I was like, ugh, I can't smile with my mouth open because my teeth look weird. Or, oh, because of this. Oh, because of that. And you can just like, if you have the disposable income or you can be on a payment plan and you can get this, it's like, wow, people literally are one, just nicer to you because of this one small change. So I disagree with this like defeatist mentality of like, no, I guess some people in the world were meant to be beautiful and other people were meant to be ugly. And I guess you were. It's like, no, those people have money and they have a way to fix it. And that's why they look like that. I promise you, there are a lot of rich people that would be really, really brutal to look at if not for the mountains of money they're sitting on. Okay? Same with Invisalign. Was expensive, but so worth it. Hated smiling my whole life in pictures. Now I'd be cheesing, bro. Aw. I'm happy for you. I never needed braces. I wish I had one. Why? The thing that sucks about braces is that you have to wear a retainer forever. Your teeth will... The thing with getting your teeth straightened is you have to wear a retainer every night for the rest of your life. Or else your teeth will shift back into the position they were in. So it's way better to not need that. Are you kidding me? Wait, really? Yes. Yes. It's a common misconception that you don't need to. You do need to. Forever. You can go like every other day, or like I've been bad before and I'll go like a week not wearing it or whatever, but it's for the rest of your life. Unless you want your teeth to shift back into the original position. Holy, I didn't know that? Yes. You do need to. I know this firsthand. Yeah. I also thought that you just don't have to. After they shift, you're good. But no. No. I haven't worn a retainer in forever. My teeth shifted slightly, but haven't shifted. Well, some people have gotten braces to fix like gaps. And it depends on what your braces or your retainer fixes. But for most people, they're going to go back to what they were before if you stop wearing it. I think leftists wouldn't get their mind changed by Asman, but red pill men so often do change their mind for Hasan. I think he's an influencer in some sense. It works to the left. Well, again, I think, sorry, going back to that conversation, I think it's more to do with the fact that those people already have a mindset that agrees with the person they're watching. I hated my retainer so badly I never wore it after my mother had spent so much money on me having straight teeth. Now my teeth are gay as hell. Yeah. I wear my retainer. Can attest to someone who needs their second round now since I didn't wear mine. Yeah. Well, think about it. It's like your teeth they have sat, like let's say you have these are your teeth and you have one tooth that's like this. It's been sitting like this for 20 years or 30 years or even 10 years. You think moving it like this for a year is going to magically not make it want to go back to its position? That's where it naturally wanted to rest. And you're telling it, no, you don't get to rest that way. My gay ass chud teeth. Yeah. Fucked up teeth as a young child, and then I was playing on the sofa, slammed my face, teeth first on a table. It straightened out my teeth. I didn't need braces. I don't believe that. That's crazy. You just had the craziest RNG in the world if that's true. I'm sorry. All right, sorry. You guys are keeping me. Hey, I see what you guys are doing. You're trying to keep me here. All right, I'm going to head off, but I will be back again tomorrow, and maybe we'll play RE2. I'll see if there's any mods or anything. But I kind of want to play the original first, just on its own, but we'll see. Have a great rest of your day, everybody. Stay hydrated. Tell your homies you love them, and I will see all of you guys in the next one, everyone. Bye!